Can you hear me now? Just want to make sure that the volume's working on this. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm wearing my prayer hat today. Okay, let me turn this fan down. Oh yeah, that's much better. Is everybody ready? Everybody happy? Anybody here? Let me check. Okay, test. It's working. Working. Good. Did something right. Okay. Oh, Judy, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot. Give me 1 second, folks. I opened up Mozilla by accident. I don't want that. Okay, here we are. All 6 of us. I just want to put up the GoFundMe link to some of you who may have heard or didn't hear. My son and I own a house together, and the insurance was dropped a few months back. Citizens dropped most houses after the policy was up, and he never renewed it with a new company. So he had no insurance, and he had an electrical fire, and it took out almost $75,000, melted the walls. I've never seen a light bulb melt almost 6-8 inches in a drip and stop. The heat was so high inside the attic that the hanging lamp bulbs just melted. So anyway, there's a lot of damage. He can't live there. He's got nowhere to live. I can't even put him up. I live in a condo and he can't come here. We don't get along that well. But we do own a house together, and unfortunately we got a problem and I don't have the money to help him. It has not been a good year for me trading wise, but I'm not complaining about that. I'm still here. So, any help that anyone can give me, I did put it up there. Any questions? I want to go over some stuff with you today. I actually was watching some more videos yesterday on options trading, because I am getting more and more into that and headed towards that. Anybody can see a stock right now that's going down? I'm going to go through the list right now real quick. I'll have to do it on another computer. Oh shoot, what's going on? Executed default. Okay, let me make sure the volume's off on this. I don't want to get any feedback here. So if there's any stocks that we're looking at right now, all right, I just want to take a quick look. I lost part of my list. I was setting up this morning, and everything I put up there for some reason, because I did some new chart setups for the options that I want to use, but whenever I put it up there, for some reason it changes out and takes everything else away. I don't know why. I haven't figured that one out yet. Okay, I just want to take a quick look, see if there's anything happening here. APRN, CP, AUPH. These are all the stocks I was watching this morning. Unfortunately, I've been so busy. It seems that I got rid of one of my automobiles, and I got a letter from the States telling me my license is going to be suspended on the 22nd of July, because they don't know I got rid of the car. So I spent an hour taking care of that. Then with this fire deal going on, it's been amazing. Oh, look at this, Twitter's going up. You know, I was also looking at, where's Ford. I was going to short this morning. This was a good move this morning, and I didn't get a chance. I was going to short it at around $11. Went down to $10.60. Could have made a lot of money. I probably could have paid for a lot of the I'm going to have to use options, really, to help me pay for this fire. I'm not really bringing in that much right now. Tech was good enough to announce it one time, and we did, from this room, from the chat room, raise $430. So that's a start. I got a long way to go. I figured with over 2,000 people here, if 800 people even made a $25 donation, then you're looking at almost $20,000. But I guess what I want to happen and what's happening, not always what's happening. Okay, who's here? Let's take attendance. Raise your hand. I can see you. Can you hear me okay? Is there any feedback noises? Any questions before I get started? Anything you want me to go over? Why isn't Ford? I left it on Ford. I was watching Ford this morning. Are there any stocks that are happening right now? Anybody know? I was watching AUPH. It went all the way down. MTech, disaster. Blue. Oh, I know what I forgot. Let me pull up my scanner. I didn't detach that yet. It takes 2 seconds. I'm going to detach. Here we go. Okay. And I can move this over to here. Let's go. That one is an easy one. And there we go. We do have a good enough list here of stocks. And let me just go back to the trade room so I can see you guys. Or you know what? I'm going to put you guys... Oh, see what happens? Okay. That's not good. Okay. I'm going to put this in the room on this side. So give me 1 second. I wasn't totally set up at the time. I was going through so much stuff. If I open this up on the other one, then I can watch the room when I'm doing other things. Okay, great. I think I got you guys. Active trader, that's me. Dollars? I see dollars? I hope so. I wish. Let's see. You made me nervous. I thought somebody here made a donation. Okay. Under 50K, what would you consider low volume? Low volume is, 50,000 is very low volume, but lower than that. And we're looking at the scanners right now. So if I go up here and change this to volume, 48 million. So we're really looking at the top list here. Anything else really is nothing is happening. But even if I go into the greatest percentage changes and bring them to the top, 300,000, 148. These are too low. They probably hit for a minute, you know. And when I say a minute, it could have been 5 or 10, 15 minutes, and they're gone. So they're really not going to do much. Because if you see the open here, let's take one of these, 95 cents, only went to 115. It's worthless. And I'm going by highest percentage because that's usually what we look at. So this one here, FFIE, and I have that one, number one on my chart. Next one is the open was 62. It just went down 62. There's only a few pennies. There's really nothing very much happening. KLO opened at 3, went to 380. That's about all it went. Let's see. There is really not much happening right this second. Let's hit another scan. And most of the time I go up to, let's go a little higher and wean out some of these. Because if it's not at least 4.5%, 5%, we're really not going to want to trade it. So here you got from here up 10%. 275, 164. There's not much difference between the open and where it's at. If there isn't, then we're not going to run after it. You don't want to chase pennies. We want to see points, and we're not getting it. Why is this list different? Hold on. Okay, I'm on the same page. 45. Let me see here. Okay. And even I can change that to 50,000, somebody mentioned before. And let's see if I change this to 50,000. Of course, like you said, low volume. Okay. Got two keyboards in front of me. It gets a little... Okay, so 50,000, and I'm going to rescan it. It won't change much. Okay. So FFIE, let's go back to the actual... let's see if I can put it back in there. Okay, FFIE, go back to my chart. And if I put that one in there right now, you can see a few minutes ago, this is on a 1 minute chart, you can see it was at 640 and it's been coming down a little. So even if we build our lines, come on, what's going on here? I have trend lines. Let's say trend. There we go. And there's my highest point there. Come on. Boy, it's sticky. Good. And then we will have from I don't know if that's going to work. Here was another high point here. I'm going to go from low here to low here. And what it looks like is it's still on a slight decline. So though we have a stock that's bullish because it's over the VWAP, and it's a little bearish because it's right underneath the 13-day. Okay. It's right there, trying, all right? And I'm looking at another one, the same monitor, another place. And, I mean, it could jump back up, but it's not something, right now, I think a lot of people are afraid to go into anything because everything they touch seems to be going back down. Give me a second. Just give me 1 second. This is important for a second. Let me just say something. All right. Okay, do we have any questions here right now? Anybody? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Hold on. What happened here? Okay, now I'm in the right place. Every time I see those dollars dropping from heaven, I think they're for me. Don't make me nervous there, DHAFA. FFIE, thank you. And Tommy, in the future, it's like this, okay? FFIE is the proper format. And that is what we're looking at right now. Okay. So, right now, looking at FFIE, the second one I have, and I'll go back to FFIE in a second, is RBCN. Here's another one that's trying to get above the actual VWAP. So it's actually a bearish stock at this point because it's below, and I don't see much really happening. And as far as the volume, I can't see it on here. Let me make this a little bigger. There we go. Come on. There we go. All right. So the volume you can see is pretty low. So here you only got. I still can't see it. I can probably see on the monitor below me. Okay. So if you look, you got 5,000 blank spaces. There's not enough volume here. 3, 4. This is one person. I wouldn't even touch this thing. Okay. Let me go back onto. Let me just see something real quick. Okay. So I got FFIE. I got MTech, which is not happening. COWN, not happening. There's nothing really happening right now. That's the problem. Okay, so I'm going to go back to that one. It's the only one that I'm really watching. What do you think about the SPY? All right, let me take a look real quick. If I go look at my SPY, I think that right now, the SPY was really low this morning. You could see what happened. It hit a low of 372. So we got a little bit of a correction, and it's up to 375, 376. But I think that's pretty temporary. If you look in finviz.com right now, stock market was down 574. It's still down 550 right now. So with the market being that low, I don't think that we're going to see much change in the actual SPY. If nothing else, I think maybe later on in the afternoon, it could come back down again. So that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean it's correct. I wouldn't go gamble on it because I could be wrong, even though I'm usually credible 95% of the time. But we'll have to see. It all depends what's happening, what comes out in the news, or if anything's going down. This all has some sort of an effect on this. Where's my... okay, I got that here. I was going to go find, if you wanted all to take a look at, let's see, finviz.com. Okay, let me copy that. I'm going to open up a different one. Give me 1 second. I'm going to paste that, open it, and then I can take this page and put it in here. Okay, so right now, if you take a look at FinViz, this is what we're looking at. The Dow's down 529 points, all right? And the, give me 1 second here. Okay, the Dow's down 529, your Nasdaq's down, and also your S&Ps. And according to these right here, RMED is your number one stock today. Number 2 is FFIE, RBIN, but RMED, I believe, was good this morning. I don't even know if it's in my list anymore. Let me just see something. I'm going to go see if it's in there. I don't see it. I missed a few things this morning because, okay, RMED, FFIE, RBCN. I have RBCN is number 1 right now in my list with the highest percentage. And what's the other one? MTech. MTech's in there, still number 4. FFIE's number 2. And DRTS, I don't remember looking at that one today. Anybody look at DRTS today? I'll put it in my chart. We'll take a look at it. Okay, DRTS. All right, so I missed a few. This morning, what I did when I first got up, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. All right, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. I just got a message. I'm doing about 3 things at once because, with this fire and all, I got so much coming in right now, and I'm trying to deal with so much, and I'm starting to also deal with this GoFundMe thing. And seriously, anybody here, I don't mean to push for money, because I am in a bad way right now and I don't have the money, and this kid is living out. He lost 6 animals, which 2 have to be buried, and that's going to cost money too. I'm just going to post the link again for the GoFundMe. Anybody who feels in their heart that they made money, they can even give. I don't care if it's $20, $10, whatever it is. We need all the help that we can get, and I appreciate any of it. If you want to do it anonymous, you can do it any way you want. Okay, doesn't have to know who you are. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. So anyway, so we're looking at the GoFundMe page. I just want to make sure that's what you are looking at. Okay, I'm lost here a little bit. Where is it? Oh, come on. Where am I? Just give me a second. You're not seeing the GoFundMe page. That's really strange. I put it up here. It's very strange. Okay, I am a little lost at this second. Okay, you are seeing it. All right, sorry. I don't know why. I know. I'm looking at the other one, and I didn't see. I didn't open up the screen, so it kind of threw me. So the screen's open now on my other one. So when I change in the middle, I can still see what you guys are doing. All right. Now I do want to go over some option stuff. I did go through a few things last night that I hadn't learned. I'm going to see if I can get this new screen that I opened up. I might lose everything else, so that's why I was going to leave it till the end, because when I lose. But this is a page that you should all be saving with finviz.com. If you don't have the page, I always save it. Like if you look at the top of my, you can't see it, but the top of my page, I've got about 25, 30 different internet pages open that I can go on the flick of a switch and just click on it, like I'm going to do right now, and I can copy the address, and then I can come back to you, and I can put it down here. So if you want to go look at finviz.com, you can save this. All right, and it's important because FinViz will always give you the actual Dow. Now, it is slightly delayed, so you do have to, click on it. Look, it's terrible. Right now, we're looking, and you still see this, some green. Some of the larger companies like Apple and Google, Meta, and Amazon are doing okay. But if you look at the rest of the world here, in the top 500 stocks, you can see that this is not a very, very good sign. And you have to realize that you can make a lot of money right now in a down economy, and that's what I plan to do. This morning, if I wasn't so wrapped up in everything I was doing, I would have bought an option this morning and done about 10,000 shares or like 100 options on. That's 10,000 shares on Ford, and it went down 30-40 points. And right there with 10,000 shares, I would have made about $4,000. And I can't afford not to do things like that, and I'm leaving money on the table, and that's a problem. All right, so for right now, I'm going to just bring this down, and I'm going to bring back up the chart on the FFIE. Also, I'm just going to open up so you can see it. It'll take part of the, it's gone. See, things keep disappearing on me. That's what I don't get. All right, do it one more time. Just give me a second. I'm going to detach this. It's not a big deal, but I'm losing things, and I don't know where they're going. Come on. I lost it. Come on. Okay, here we go. I'll have to just size it up. This is the watch list, okay? And the watch list is important, okay, because I have attached this watch list to my chart. So when I change a stock, whatever it is, it'll change the chart immediately. And I suggest that you do the same. So for right now, I'm going to have to make this a little smaller so you can see it. And I'm going to just make this a little bit smaller so you can see. All these here where it says ETB, HTB, this means it's easy to borrow. And I could actually go to Crown right now, and if it was up, you see these arrows, I could short it at this point from 30.21 down to 30. It'd only be about 15-20 cents. So you could make some money if you follow the TTM scalper, which I love. Great tool. If you don't have it, you just go into here. All right, the little shaker on the top. If you have Thinkorswim, you go up here to the top and you type in TTM, and you'll see it comes up TPM Scalper Alert. And I'm using the Scalper Alert. For right now, I'm using the MACD. Sometimes I change and I use what's called the TTM Squeeze. And it's similar to the MACD, but it's a more pronounced chart. But for right now, I've gone back and I'm using the MACD, which you can see down here. And the MACD is a great tool to work off of, because it'll show you, like, this is down. If you wanted to go forward, you could have made money going up there. You want to wait, but there's not enough action going on right now for us to even get involved, especially on this stock. If I went back to let's see, this one here. Now you could see when it came down here, you could have got in at 28.30. What is that? Not 28.30. You could have got in, well, it's 28.30 on the MACD, but you could have seen the distance you could have made. So if you look here, all right, which doesn't really make 2 cents. It was down. From 1460, you could have made about 30-40 cents on B. What is it? RBCN? I think it's RB. Come on, move. There we go. RBCN. So you could have made some money if you follow this graph to go up and down. But this really hasn't been enough movement in the market right now in any stock to say I'm going to risk it and take that chance to make 20-30 cents. Okay, you got to be careful. All right. Also, I'm learning more how to use this active trader, which I'm going to show you. What I do usually when I bring it over is I remove some of the buttons, so it makes it a little bit smaller, and I don't really need these buttons here. I have them on top. Okay, so I remove those buttons, and when I say OK, it'll bring it up. And we're going to learn more in time how to use this chart right here to buy straight from the active trader. All right. So right now I just wanted to bring this chart up on the watch list to show you how we could change the different stocks. See, in FFIE, it says hard to borrow. So there's a chance that I could have shorted from here to here, but I wouldn't know that until I actually took the chance and try to short it. If I try to short it, it would come back and either take my short or it would reject it and say this stock is not shortable. So I'm not going to sit there, even though I'm on what's called the hard to borrow program. I'm not going to sit there and call up Ameritrade and say, how much is it going to cost me if I short FFIE right now, or this, it's on the hard to borrow program. By the time I do that, I could lose the entire trade. I know with Ameritrade that it does not cost a whole heck of a lot to short stock. So I just go for it if I want to do it. And if it happens, it's great. If it doesn't, then, you know. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions so far? All right. Anything you want me to go over? Okay. And I'm going to make this thing a little larger. I just can't see anything that's really happening in any of the stocks right now. This really stinks. I was hoping that today, being Tuesday and Monday was a holiday, I was really hoping that there would be a lot more, you know, more action in the market. But there's not. Just want to straighten this out a little. Every time you make a move from one place to the other, you know. So right now I'm showing number one is RBCN is the number one. Number two is FFIE. And you can see, if you look, it's got a little bit more on the volume on the FFIE. It's got about 73,000. Now it's up to 100,000. If you look above my mouse, below my mouse, you'll see it's got 110,000. It must be a very shortable stock for some others. Like if you have Trade Zero or if you have E-Trade, it might be shortable. It's not really shortable. Like I said, it's on the hard to borrow. So I'm not going to try it right now because it's too low. We're hoping it's going to go back up. Any other stocks that you want me to look at? This is Thinkorswim through Ameritrade. Okay? So in Ameritrade, if you have Ameritrade, and Ameritrade has the best charts by far. Nobody else has better. Okay, and you can use TOS, which is Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim. It's a downloadable program that we use. So we don't go into Ameritrade. Once we have Ameritrade, you download Thinkorswim, and it joins up with the Ameritrade, and it's got all your information. And that's what we use to trade. And this is what you're looking at, is the Ameritrade. I like it because you can see everything. A lot of times I'll go into other people's chat, like Matt, and I cannot see. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. You should have told me. Somebody should have told me. That's better? Can you see it better now? Let me just see something. Let me just be sure. I didn't know. Hold on. Hold on. Where am I? Hold on. Come on. I can't do it from there. I don't think I can get it from here. Let me just see something real quick. I cannot do it from there. Can you see this clearly? I don't know if you can see it clear. I should have, yeah, okay. I redid it to 720, so you should be able to see it a lot clearer now. I wish somebody would have said something to me. Unfortunately, I don't have a high definition monitor. I'm trying to get one. I'm in the midst of doing so many things right now that it's kind of exasperating for me. So, it might take a little time. Okay. Ameritrade definitely has the best charts. I was just listening to a video this weekend from Warrior Trading, and Ross Cameron was talking about. I'm not promoting him in any way or form, but I do watch some of his videos. He's a good trader, and he's a little bit bigger than Tradecaster, but he does it the different style. I like that. But what he did do is he was going over the Thinkorswim on a lot of the areas on things that he was doing. And he even said that it's the best charts out there. There's really nothing better out there. So, is it still blurry, Falcon? Is it still blurry? Because I did change it. It should have changed. You may have to change it on your end. If you look under my face, there's a little star. If you go to that star, open it up. Yeah, but you have to change it on your side too. So if you're on YouTube right now or you're in Dex Room, you go to the little star below where my face is, and you open that up and change that to auto or 720. And that should change it on your end. I did set my quality to 720. I'm on 720. You have to set yours. Let's see. How about now? It was on auto before. It switched back. It did say auto 720. How's that? Is that better? Please tell me that's better. Usually I don't have a problem here. You got it? Good. Okay, good. Yeah, sometimes you have to change it on your end too. I got to do that. Every time I go into Dex Room, I have to change it. And my computer is a little bit... I'm on a desktop right now. So we're really watching it from my desktop moved over to another monitor. So you should be able to see a little bit better because this is a little better definition than my desktop, which is not as clear. I cannot even see the numbers. Okay. I wanted to go over if I can open up. Does anybody have any questions or any stocks they want me to take a look at right now? If you put up a stock, I'll change the board. Anything? Anybody? Does anybody want to go over some... I was looking to see if Tommy's here. Tommy wanted to talk about some... He is here. Okay, Tommy, see? All right. What I'm going to do is I want to change over and show you a few things, okay? For some of you, I want to talk a little bit about some options and talk to you about what type of options. And if you're new at this and you're getting into options, I will suggest that the first thing you do is if you have Thinkorswim, if you have Ameritrade inside has a great course for options that you can take that's pretty much free, all right? Now, I'm going to give you a few places. I'm going to start putting them on the board that you can look at and go to. This is an options calculator, all right? Let's see. Also, for some of you, I was giving out that free book to how to be a consistent trader. I actually have the link for that now. If anybody's interested, that's free. How to be a consistent trader. I didn't do that. That's by the professor. It's really worth reading, especially if you're new. All right, and I wanted to put one more out. Let's see if I can find it. I might have closed it. Invest. There's one. All right, I have a whole thing that I closed up. Where is it? Options. Trading, teaching. Come on, here it is. Options trading. Let me just see where I got it. There's another one called Options Alpha. I'm just gonna see if I can find it real quick. Okay, it's an internet shortcut. Here we go. Basic course. Okay, it opened up. This is another one I'm going to give you. This is Options America. Anybody else? I'm up 1,000 using options in this last on this TOS active. Remember, guys, use a cash account at TOS. That's excellent. And Rick, just for your information, if you haven't already, and let me just see something real quick. What the heck did I do with it? I'm just going to give you something personal. This is one of my house where my son lives. So if you can help in any way, you got the link. All right. Now, I want to go back. So this is a couple of the pages here I wanted you to see for options that you can look up. Also, I wanted to talk to you about what we're going to do, all right, as far as there's a lot of different types of options, and I read them out to you last week. Whether it's a condor or yes, it was my son. Thank you, and I own the house with him. Thank you, Rick. Okay, so it could be very confusing if you don't know anything about options. And the good thing is you're going to learn to keep it simple. All right, this is about keeping it very, very simple. All right. So what do I mean by that? This is what they call the KISS method. It's called keep it simple. I hate to use this word, but that's what it is. Stupid. Because we're stupid when we don't know something. All right, but don't take it personal. All right. Keep it stupid simple. Whatever you want to put it. All right. So here's the deal. You don't have to know a lot about options. What do you have to know? The only two things you really need to know right now is the same way you scalp stocks to be an eagle scalper. You can scalp options. The difference is you have to have a cash account, number one. You can have an options account if you have over $25,000, but you don't get any margin with that. Why? Because you're already getting 100 to 1. Every contract, all right, every contract with an option is 100 shares. All right, so I'm going to give you an example. I was looking at Ford, and I'm going to bring it up in a second and show you the whole thing. And Ford was about 23. It was actually cheaper this morning. It was about 10 cents, but let's say it was 23 cents like it was on Friday. And I wanted to do a put. What does that mean? If I'm going to do a put on an option, is what I'm saying is I'm going to take that stock and I'm going to gamble or bet the fact that it's going to go down. It's the same thing as if I said I want to short the stock. I'm just doing a put on it. The difference is a lot of stocks have options that are always available, but a lot of stocks don't always have shorts that are available. So you have to go to Trade Zero, E-Trade, Lightspeed, and you got to pull down a menu, and then you have to buy those shares whether you use them or not. With options, you buy the put, you put it into, and you could be out of it in 10 minutes and make $1,000 the same way. You are not going to hold this option till next spring. You're not going to hold this option till next week. You're not going to hold this option till tomorrow. So here's the good fact for people who have small accounts, okay? You have a $2,500, $3,500 account, cash account. You've set it up that you can do options, all right? Now, if you were to go buy, let's say, Ford at $11 times 1,000 shares, okay? You would put out $11,000, all right? But with an option, all right, it could cost you 23 cents for the shares times 100 that comes in the option already. That's one contract. You would spend $23 for 100 shares. Multiply that by 10, and you just put out $230 for 1,000 shares. Now, you do this in a stock, you just put out $11,000. I'm just rounding off Ford for a second, so don't come back and tell me it's $10.50 or it's $11.60. I'm just rounding it off to make it easier. Okay, so at $11, you would pay $230 for 1,000. That's 10 contracts. All right, so that's nothing. You tell me you got a $2,500 account, so you can do 10 more contracts, right? So times 10, so you could do that times 10, that would be now 10,000 shares. So you could control 10,000 shares for $2,300. Okay? 10,000 shares for $2,300. 10,000 shares, okay, if you bought it in the stock itself and you were willing to put out that money, okay, is 11,000. What is that? Let's see. 10,000 shares is on 11 times $11 a share is $111,000, $110,000. So you're talking $110,000 towards $2,300, putting it out for the option. Can you see now where you have the leverage to control a lot more for a lot less? Thanks, Dick. So here's the deal for you that ask me all the time: how can I take a small account and make it larger faster? This is the way to do it. And here's the good part about doing options. You buy an option today at 9:30. You have till 4 o'clock to get rid of that option. Okay? You want to hold it a little longer. You want to hold it a little shorter. Once you're in the money, you grab that money. Take it fast. Take it more often. Okay? So here's the deal. All right? If you buy an option today and you do this 10 times, so you do 10 different options of 100, okay, and you use up all your money of 2,500, you did 10 contracts 10 times today. You can actually have your money again tomorrow morning at 9:30 to start all over again. But if you buy a stock on a cash account, you can use up all you got and it won't clear for 2 days. If you have a margin account, you're under a PDT rule if you have under 25,000. So that means if you can only do three trades in a 5-day period. So if you do one on Monday and one on Wednesday and one on Friday, you can't do another one till that Monday because the one will clear, and then you have to wait and do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This way you can trade every single day. You're in by 9:30, you're out by 4, your money's cleared by tomorrow morning. Any complaints on that? That is the best thing that I can tell you, especially for people with small accounts. So if you have a margin account and you have under 25,000 right now, I would turn it into a cash account and start studying. This is a great time when you don't have a lot of money and you can't short many stocks because you can't get the shorts with the company you're with without taking a chance to put out the money that you couldn't afford to put out in the beginning to buy something that you may or may not use. With options, you're going to say to yourself, I'm going to do it for this stock. Now, what's the most important thing in my mind, when you're doing options? And that is to watch the SPY. A lot of stocks, most stocks, follow the SPY. Not ETFs, not other cash type instruments. They may go the opposite. We're not going to worry about those for right now. But here's the good thing. Even stocks like Tesla, which are about $600. I don't know the exact amount. Don't hold me to it. If I look it up right now, here's Amazon. Let me see. Tesla is $676. Okay, so if I went to buy a Tesla, it might cost me $100 a share, let's say, on an option. So I could buy, let's say, it may not be that much. I have to look it up. But you could even be trading Tesla, okay, with the monies that you have, where before you couldn't even buy 1 or 2 shares with a $2,500 account, maybe 4 shares and you're done. Now you can buy a contract with 100 shares for probably $1,200, $1,300. This is pretty amazing stuff, and I don't know why everybody's not doing options, including myself. I've been doing paper trading on options for the last few weeks, and I have been winning, and now I want to win. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of going up and down like a roller coaster. I'll tell you what it reminds me of, okay? I'm going to show you something real quick. All right, let's put this in here, and let's put in ROLL. Okay, correction. It reminds me of this. Every time I win money, I win on the top, I come down, I lose, I go up to the top, and boom, there goes my account again. So it's like a constant roller coaster going up and down and up and down. Did I put it in here? Yeah, I did. Okay. It's like going up and down, and that's the way your trading goes. This is not good. Okay? In the beginning, you need, if you don't know, to be a good scalper. Okay? You need to get in. You might make less money. You might get out too soon. But I would rather see you get out too soon, make money, than come back later and say, I lost. Okay? The last 3 weeks I made a couple of $1,000, okay, between the last 2 weeks. But this last week, I was up $700-800 for the week, and Friday I blew it. I was up $170 for the day. I should have walked away. See, because I'm learning to be a more consistent winning trader. And I did the ultimate no-no Friday after I made all my money. And I walked away in the afternoon. I got bored and I wanted to trade. I gave back not only the $170, I lost another $500 on top of it, and walked away with $200 for the week positive. But I was up $700-800 for that week, and I blew it. I was up 3 weeks in a row because I chased it. The 3 ways that you will lose the most money is this. 1, okay, buying at the wrong time. What's the wrong time? What's the right time? Okay, the right time. And the 2 most important things that you need to do, okay? And I'm going to put it up here on the board. I just have to open up this little chart. Just give me a second. Take 4. Let's go here. I'm getting better at this. Stop loss limits. I always say this. The 2 most, here it is, okay? The 2 most important things that we must do, that we must remember, all right? The 2 most important things is buying and selling a stock is support and resistance. Even if you're shorting, Like I wrote on the bottom, do just the opposite for shorting. If I want to buy a stock, I want to get as close to the support, the low level, I want to get as close to the support as possible and take it as far as I can until the stock turns around. Now, you got to be careful because sometimes you get some jerk in there who doesn't care about Mr. Trader, small trader in there, and he will mark a order out on 1,000,000 shares and it'll go down $1 and you lose your shirt and then you get out and then you don't wait because you're impatient because it will come back, but you're scared that you'll lose even more. And you're right, because you didn't have a stop loss. That's why take profits when you have them. Get out. If you know that the support's at $1 and the resistance is at $2, don't wait till $1.98, $1.95 to get out. Take it at $1.90 because most traders are looking for that $1.95 to get out. You want to get out a little bit before that so you have money. Okay? I might get out even sooner to see what it's going to do. Don't go and gamble on breakouts. Stocks at 190, 185, 192, 194. Don't gamble that that stock's going to go over $2. If that stock goes over $2 and it only goes 202, 203, don't jump in. Wait till it hits 205, 207, 208. Then wait till it comes back a little. Then if it goes under, I will go in. Because then there's a good chance it could go to 200, 208, 209. Somebody's going to push that stock and you can make money. All right, but most of the time, I do not gamble on breakouts anymore because I have lost more times than I have won on breakouts. Does this make sense to you? You have any questions? I know I'm doing a lot of talking, and I hope I'm not talking too fast. Versus $61 for F call. Which do you want to multiply by 10 contracts? Versus 61 for an F call. I don't know what a call. Okay. Well, I'm going to open that up for a second. All right. I'm going to go real quick, and I'm going to open up a margin. I'm going to open up. Just give me a second, folks. And I just happen to have Ford on there. Isn't that something? Okay. Let me detach this. Good, I got it. All right, I'm going to move over to the board for right now. This is the margin call. This is what I would look at if I was going to buy margins, okay? If I was going to buy, if I was going to buy options. It should be coming up. You got it. All right. Give me a second. I got to get back to, why isn't this coming up? Uh-oh. Okay, that is that. Just give me one. Okay, I got that on the board. What do I need? Uh-oh, come on. All right, if you look at this here, this is the board you would open up. You would have gone to the top, and it would have been on trade, and then you would go down, and it would say all products. It would be, I think that's right, trade. Let me just look on my other computer. It would be trade, all products. Okay, trade and all products. You'd bring up, let's say we want to do Ford. Now, I put in, see, this is the strike points, okay? I put in 14. That's the amount of points that you can buy. This is in black. This is the put side. This is the call side. The call means I'm going to bet on the stock going long. The put side says I'm going to bet on the stock going down, all right? So, right now, the stock's at $10.99. It was at 11 something earlier and it went down. It went down a lot. In the morning, I would have looked at. So, if I thought right now this stock was going to go down, the next strike point would be $10.50 out of the money. Out of the money is going to be a lot less money, and the spread isn't that far. So right now it's 9 cents a share. So that means at 9 cents, okay, 100 shares at 9 cents is $9. That's $9 for 100 shares. So if I want to do 100 shares, if I want to do 1,000 shares, that'd be $90. So for $90, I can control 1,000 shares of Ford. When it goes down 30, 40 points, I can make myself $300, $400. The same way I could make it on a stock that I just put out $9,000 for, or $11,000, because it's $11 on 1,000 is $11,000. So would you put out $11,000, or would you rather put out right now $90? Right, $90, and for 900 you can put out 1,000. So for 900 you can put out for $900 right now. If you look at 9 cents times 10 contracts, all right, that would be 1,000 shares times 9 cents, and that would be $900 opposed to 11,000. When that stock goes up, so you jump in right here, and if you jump in, and if you said you hit that, it's going to come up, and you're going to see it says sold. So that's the way it's going to fill on this. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't get in this. I don't think I did I? I hope not. Underline. Let me see something. Ford. No, I didn't get it. Okay. I want to make sure it doesn't go in. I'll find out later I made a fortune that I was in. Okay, so that's how you would buy. That thing would come up, and that's how you would buy this. You would click on the ask price. Now you can see it's coming back towards the money. All right, it's in between, not in the money, but you see how cheap and the difference. So right there, I want to stay out of the money. All right, because right now we're at 11.95. I don't want to buy 11 strike when I'm going down. I don't know really exactly how that works. There's more I need to know. But if I wanted to go long, and I thought that maybe in the next hour or two the stock was going to go to 11.25, then I would go out of the money here, and I would go into the ask price, which is 23 cents right now, out of the money. And there's only a 1 penny spread. So I have to wait a penny. If I could buy it at the bid price, that would be even better. I'd be 1 penny closer to my goal. Okay? And right there, if I was going to buy 1,000 shares, 100 shares will cost me $22. Okay? And 1,000 shares will cost me $220 for 1,000 shares. This would have been on the other way. Right now it's 10 cents. So 10 cents would be on 100 shares would be $10. And it would be $100 for 1,000 shares. I said 1,000 before. That's incorrect. All right? So you can see, you just multiply that number right there by the amount of shares. Then you take those amount of shares and divide that by 100, because each contract is 100 shares. Is everybody with me? Did I lose you? Now, these are next week's. These contracts right here end this Friday. So if you look right here, this option is over on July 8th, which is this Friday. I am always going to buy an option in here that ends in the week that I'm in. I am not going to buy an option for next week, okay? It's too much speculation. I don't know enough about options to know which way it's going to go. All right, and you can see the price is more expensive to go there, depending on where I want to go for a point. I don't know how it works as far as making more or less money. All I know, there's a system out there for new option traders, and the system is to keep it simple, to stay within the bracket for the week that you're in. Even if it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, even if it's that Friday morning you buy options, it's going to end that day. You will always want to be out by 4 o'clock that day, regardless. If you buy an option and it goes the wrong way, then you need to get out. Take your loss quickly, okay? If it starts to go a penny, 2, 3 cents, 5 cents the other way, then get out. Because even at, if you're down, if you have 10 contracts and you have 100 shares, 1,000 shares, and it goes down 0.05, then you just lost $50. Rather see you lose 50, 60 bucks than let it go further. So if it starts going the other way, you'll get out. Later on, we'll teach you about straddles, okay? And that's more used when you go and you want to leave a stock overnight, okay? And you want to, let's say, earnings are coming out. Now, earnings come out after 4 o'clock. So you have to be in that option before 4 o'clock. So how do I bet on Facebook or what is that? Not Block. What's the one with the movies? I can't think of the name of the company with the movies where you rent Netflix. So Netflix, remember Netflix on the last earnings went down $40. So let's say that you bet that it was going to go down, you would have been fine. But you could have bought a small straddle that says it goes the other way. So if it went the other way, it's like an insurance. All right, you'll make less money, but you won't win as much. But if it went the other way and you bought a straddle, let's say, and if the stock was a loser, that straddle would save you, and no matter how much you went the other way, the straddle would save you. You would walk away with a small loss. You pay the premium on the actual option itself. Any questions that I can't answer, or ones that I can? Is any of this making any sense? Because the more you talk about it, the more you understand it, the easier it's going to be to actually do the options. Taking a drinky poo. I'm drinking coffee, which I shouldn't be, because it kills my voice. Come on, D. Haffer. We got a question here. Give me 1 second. I'll turn the air up. Or down. Hot here. So I turn the fan. Okay, I'm back. I knew it was getting hot in here, and I couldn't figure out why. I opened the back door so my cat could go out on the porch. You know, I have a screened-in balcony, and she came in, but she usually tells me. She looks at me and she blinks, and I know that she's back. And she may have come in and I didn't see her. Though the back door was open and the heat's like 80 degrees in here. I'm going, oh my gosh, it's so hot. I keep my place cool, but I always let her out. She likes to lay in the sun. All right, any questions? I see DHAFER is still typing something. Come on. 18 people here. Somebody's got a question. Is anybody listening? If not, thank you. We had a nice day. Come on. Come on, guys. What's the deal? Can you see the screen? I'm going to go back to stocks if nobody has any questions. I was going to read some stuff. I like options, but I lose a lot of money. I need more strategies. Well, you've been trading options or you've been trading stocks? This is important because I'm not sure. I see you like options, but you lose a lot of money. You lose a lot of money trading options or you lose money trading stocks. Okay, and if you're trading on options and losing money, you're doing one thing. You're not keeping it simple. That's number one. Number two, you always have to have the SPY open. So you have to have a page with multiple monitors so you can watch what the SPY is doing. All right, and it's important to watch what the SPY is doing. Let's see if I can put this down for a second, give you an idea. All right, I have right here. Let's see if I can open this up. Let's see. I'm with you. Don't leave. Okay. All right. I'm not leaving. I just put it down for a second. I want to pull up another screen so you can understand what I'm talking about. And where is it? Where is it? See, that's the problem. If I change it, I might lose. Let's see this one real quick. Changing for a second. Here it is. Okay. All right. This is not even the one. I could take all this away here for right now. This is the news. So if I take the news off and I take the buttons off, the level 2 for a second, and the database. So look at it this way. So let's say I'm looking at Ford. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to open Ford up here. All right. And I'm going to wait till my monitor catches up with you. And this one here I have on 1 minute. But down here I got Ford, and I've got it right now in 3 minutes. I could even go to 5 minutes. All right. And let's open this up a little so we can look at the. All right. So I know on a 5 minute I have more of a downward trend. All right. So if I was up here and I was going to take an option at $11, I would have taken an option. I would have taken a put because I would have seen that it was starting to have a downward motion. All right. And right now we're at 1090, 1091. So if I took that option at 1104, I got out and I made 10 cents and I had 10,000 shares, I would have made myself how much? 10,000 shares at 10 cents, I could have made myself $1,000 on a small go. So you see what I'm saying? It's very lucrative. And I showed you, all right, if we were looking at puts a second ago, and if I go back into this puts and I go into Ford, see right here, it would have cost me, that's what, 10.50, 10 cents. So at 10 cents, all right, it would have cost me 10 cents. That means 10 cents times 100 shares is $10. All right? So 10,000 shares times 0.1 would have cost me $1,000 for 10,000 shares. And 10,000 shares would have made me $1,000 on a move as small as the one that just happened in the last 15 minutes. How many minutes? This is on 1 minute, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, you could have made $1,000 with an option. All right? That's how simple. Now, I said, forget, I don't know why this opened face. This one here, I'm going to just change this one to something else. Just irrelevant. All right, let's put REMD. This one here is attached to here. So whatever stock I put in here will be here, and there's your 5 minute. All right, and still on a put level. But here's my SPY. You see my SPY? Now, if I look at my SPY, I said it was important. Let me make it a little smaller. Okay, you can see the SPY was going down too. This is on a 3 minute. Okay, but even if I put it on a 1 minute, just for a second, all right, to see the actual what's happening, you could see this is on a downward climb. All right, in the last 10 minutes, and so was Ford in the last 10 minutes. They almost look alike. So if you watch the SPY and you go off of what the SPY says, and that's how you trade a stock like Ford or Amazon or Tesla or any stock that's a big stock, most of them go the way that the SPY goes. Not always, because right now, if you look today at Amazon, and if you look at, I think it was Amazon was up. If we look back at, let me take a quick look, see if I kept it up here. Let's see. I took FinViz out. Hold on. Let me just put this down for 1 second. Oh, that's nice. Put that down. Put that down. Oh, it's not there. I thought I still had FinViz open. I guess I didn't. Let's put which one back for now. Put that back. All right. So you can see we're back onto the FinViz would have told me if I looked at that big map. Google, Amazon. I showed you a little earlier. If I look again for myself, let's see. I don't know why it disappeared. The map: Apple, Google, Amazon, Meta. Okay, Tesla went down, Microsoft went down, NVDA went up. So you can look on the chart in FinViz and see certain stocks. You stay away from them because they're not going with the SPY. They're doing their own thing. But most of the time they will follow the SPY, but not always. All right. But the SPY and leaving the SPY open, like I showed you, as a second right here. If you leave the SPY open and you follow certain stocks, you can follow the option the same way. So before, when this reached a peak, now you see this here, that is the TTM squeeze, told me to go down. So from here, if I had gotten in at $11 and it went down to there, I would have made much. It's only a couple of pennies. But if on this one here, okay, I would have made. So I would have waited. If I'm only down 5 or 6 cents, 8 cents, I'll wait. For 10 cents, I'm going to wait. 10 cents on 10 cents is a lot on 10,000 shares. So I might get out at a couple of pennies if it's going the wrong way. But I wouldn't have bet for it to go up. I would have bet for it to go down because most of the markets are going down. So I would have been in the right direction. The only thing you might have been fooled with is right here when there started to be a correction. So you might have gotten nervous. But it only went up from $11 to $11.01. You would have stayed on the 1 minute. It's not that much. But when it came down here and you make 10 cents and you make $1,000, you're gone. Bye, Jack. I just made $800 to $1,000. I'm out of town. I'm out of here. I just had a great day. Can you imagine if every day you did one option and all you made was $1,000? That's my goal. That is my goal, because the goal is if I can make $1,000 a day on 250 trading days, that's $250,000 a year. It's not that difficult. I used to make over $1,000 every day in my second year. All right, and then I started getting cocky. Then I started over trading, and I started doing revenge trading, and then I started doing chasing, and I wiped out my account. And anybody can do it. I don't care how good of a trader you are. If you forget the basics and you don't stay and keep it simple, you can lose your whole account. Don't let people fool you. 85% of the people of people who trade lose their money. Okay? You don't have to lose your money. I lost money on Friday. I did a stupid thing. I was up, and I wasn't happy with that. Okay? I should have walked away, because in times like now, especially on a Friday where Monday was a holiday, I should have walked away with my 170 and been happy. I'm not trying to make a fortune. I'm not trying to knock it out of the ballpark and make 5 to 50,000 a day. That will come. Doc Savage is a trader who used to take instructions from me. I showed him how to set up TOS and Thinkorswim. Then he went to Lightspeed, and then he took some lessons from AK-47. And now all he does is short stocks, and he's making $900 to $1,200 a day. He had a few lost days, but he made almost $20,000. Best month he's ever had. Somebody else I just read the other day, best month they ever had, G. Galante. G. Galante, I helped him for hours and hours. He couldn't get it. He finally got it. He's now he made $28,000. All right? But I remember when he was doing stocks, he was doing well. He made over $32,000 one month and then lost it all. I did the same thing. Okay? We get to a certain point where you go, oh my God, I understand this. It makes sense. So then you get to the next plateau in trading, and then you think you're an expert, and you do something you shouldn't do, and it eats you up. You've got to be careful. Learn to be, and I gave you for free, how to trade and be a consistent trader. Not one that hits it out of the ballpark once a month. Okay? That's all and nice. Learn to walk slow. Learn to crawl, then to walk, then you can run. Okay? You don't just get out into the baseball game, never running on the bases before and think you're going to run and get there. It just doesn't work that way, especially not here. Thank you. I will use that way, that use in the option. I will be patient. And you know what? Patience, I'm going to tell you something, all right? And this is so true, all right? And I put this up every time I come in here because I never want to forget it. And this man is so smart, all right? He's brilliant. And it says the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Did you ever buy a stock? It goes a little bit the wrong way. You get nervous, so you jump out. Or it goes down 50 cents. You didn't have a stop loss, and you waited and waited. You were playing that game of hope. Oh, I hope it comes back. I hope it comes back. I remember, hope is not a strategy. We must have a plan. But let's say you did, and it goes down 50 cents, and this guy's really pushing your button, so you get out. And you had a lot of shares. You had 5,000 shares. You take a nice loss. Hour later, that stock's not only back where it was, it's up another $1 on top. But you lost. And this thing, if you only held the woulda, coulda, shoulda, all right? And that's where Warren Buffett says, and you have to be able to afford to wait. Patience is a tough thing. You cannot buy it. You have to earn it. You have to learn it. And you have to earn it, okay? So I'm just telling you. And he says, another thing he says, in order for you to be a successful trader, you must be a successful winner. You must be a successful loser. Because you're going to lose. Nobody wins all the time. I mean, I can show you where you can win 50% of the time, okay? And with that 50%, you can make a great deal of money. And I'll give you a for instance. I have a goal. My goal is to make $500 average per trade, okay? So I'm going to put on 500 shares, I'm going to put a stop loss at 25%. That means I say I'm willing to lose $125, period. So $125 on 500 shares, or $500, okay, will be $125. If I go 25% what I'm trading, the minute it hits 125, it's going to knock me out. So on 5 trades, I lose. I'm going to write this down for you. All right, we're talking about 10 trades. 50% wins. Okay, you lose 5 times. All right, $125, and that equals what? Where's my equal signs? Come on, I know the other. I can't find an equal signs in here. All right. It equals, I'll just write EQULS, equals, I think that's $650, correct? You lose $650. But on the next 5 trades, you win an average. So you win $300 on one, $700 on another, $400 on another, $650 on the other. You can do this. It can be done. Next 5 trades, you win an average of $500 times 5 equals EQ, and that's $2,500 minus the $650 that you lost, okay, equals, right? There's my equal signs. I found it. Equals $1,850 win. All right? So you can win 50% of the time. 10 trades, you have a plan. Your plan is to win at least 50% at 500. The next 5 trades, you win 500 times 5 trades. That's an average. Some you win more, some you win less. That's 2,500. The first 5, you lost 125. Okay? And it doesn't have to be the first 5. It could be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, whatever in that row. You lose one, you win one. You lose one, you win one. Because you don't win them all. If you can be more careful, I've won some months 87%. I think that's my highest percentage that I've won in an entire month, okay? But you can win 10 trades, 50%, and still walk away with $1,850. That's only on 500 shares. If you had 1,500 shares or 2,000 shares, you can multiply that by 4. And that's how a lot of these traders in here are making this kind of money. They don't tell you about every one of their losses. They tell you about every one of their wins. But their wins are so much greater than their losses that is their win for the day. Okay? They did lose some trades in between. They just don't talk about them. Everybody wants to look like, I'm the greatest trader. Alex Vaughn, Tim Z333, G Galante, even Deck doesn't tell us every trade, I'm sure, you know? AK-47. I mean, there's a lot of good traders in here. I'm just shooting out a few off the spew. There's World Seeker, okay? Great trader. These are people that I trained a year or 2 ago to become better trader than I am. I'm older than most of you folks, okay? So I don't have as much guts. I have more fear of losing than you do. The younger you are, the less fear you have, the more you're willing to risk, okay? Doesn't mean you have more to risk to lose, but you're willing to risk more either way. But the more they're willing you to risk, the more you're willing to make. Do you get it? Does this start to make sense to you? And it's the same thing with options. The only difference between options and stocks, you can buy them and sell them the exact same way. The only difference between the two is the amount of leverage, okay? Some accounts, like mine, I have a margin account, they give me 4 to 1, okay? Times 85%. So let's just say I got $25,000 in my account, okay? I have $100,000 worth of margin. That's what it'll tell me. But I may only have 90,000 out of that, 85,000. I may have 85,000. You get about 85, 86% of what the margin money leads to. All right, so that's great. So you really have like 3.5 times, 3 3/4 times the amount of money that you put in if you have over 25,000, and you can trade all day as long as your account stays over 25,000. You could trade 100 times, no big deal. All right, your money in, money out, money in, money out. The only problem is if you do that and you have a lot of money and you use the margin money, places like Ameritrade will let you go eventually because now you're using their money because it takes a day for their money to clear too. Even though with stocks, ordinarily, if you have under 25,000, they make it 2 days. It gives them a day and slows you down if you're a pattern day trader. PDT. I've been there. We've all been there. Okay? The idea is how do you folks with PDT, how do you folks with smaller accounts grow them faster? So you can take a 4 to 1. My account is a margin, but I don't use their money. I understand. I have the same thing. I don't use my margin money. I don't like to use what I don't own. Okay? But the thing is, with options, is a little different. Even though I am using their money, I do have the money to cover it because I only have to put out $11,000 where I would have had to put out $110,000 to buy Ford with 10,000 shares. It's totally amazing. Think about that. 1,000 shares of $11 stock is 11,000. 10,000 shares is 110,000, but not if I buy an option. It's 11,000 instead of 110,000. You have a 10 to 1 margin or leverage. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you're going to lose that much money. You have to watch your active trader, and it'll show you how much you're up or you're down. When you reach a certain point, you need to get out. You need to take a loss if you've got one, and don't sit there and play this game. Okay, this game you'll always lose. I'm going to tell you what it is. All right, I'm going to put it on the board right now. There you go. Hope is not a strategy. We have to have a plan. All right? So if it goes down and you sit there and go, I know it's going to come back. I know it's going to come back. No, you hope it's going to come back. You don't know anything. Okay? You hope it's coming back. Because in 10 minutes from now, there could be World War III going on, and this market's going to drop like a bomb and you can get caught in it. You don't know. There's a lot of things. This is the unseen. You know what faith is? Does anybody know what faith is? Faith. F-A-I-T-H. Okay? I'm going to tell you. Hebrews 11:1 in the Bible, it says, faith is the substance of things hoped for. Hoped for. Here we are, back to that hope. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. How many of you can spit out the Bible in Hebrews 11:1? Okay? But that's faith. So we just said, forget the hope. So you may have faith that it's going to come back, but that's not reality. Reality is I look at the board, okay? I look at the this here, and it shows me from here to here, okay? I have a downward trend, okay? I have from here, here's a high here, and a high over here, okay? So you can see. Now, one or two things is going to happen about over here, if you can see this, all right? When it comes over to about here, when these arrows go down, 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 this is either going to crash down, again, it's get squeezed down, or it's going to pop up. Now, why would it pop up? Let's look back to the SPY. Is the SPY any different? Okay, this is a SPY on 1 minute. Is it any different? Look at this. Look at Ford. Look at the SPY. They are identical. Look at the charts. They are almost identical. You got up, here, same thing. Up, okay? You have an identical chart. They're almost 100%. So you understand when I say certain stocks, if you're going to trade them, the good thing is you can use the SPY to follow your stocks. The SPY is always going to be a split second or two ahead. So if that SPY starts to drop really quick, you can get out of your option. if you're fast. If you have function buttons, you can hit a function button, or you have something set up. Some people have a box. It's called a streak or something. It's a box about this big, okay, and it's got about 15 buttons, and you can set it up to different stocks, and just hit a button, button. 10,000 in, 10,000 out. 1,000 in, 1,000 out. And it'll go, whatever's on your board, the way you set it up, it can affect you. I was watching yesterday, Warrior Trader, he was using Lightspeed. And he goes, all I got to do is go Control X, Control X, Control X. And the way it was set up with Control X, it would sell, let's say he had 5,000 shares. You don't want to sell 5,000 at one shot. You can really lower the price. So he does Control X. So what it'll do is it might sell half. He's got 2,500. Sell half. It sells, or he did a quarter. If it does a quarter, it's 1,250, 1,250, 1,250. So he hits Control X, Control X, Control X, Control 4 times in a row. Boom, 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 boom. And it doesn't change it as much as if you hit the button once and hit 5,000. These are things that you need to learn. How to get into a stock properly. How to get out of a stock properly. This is not something you just come into Decmar Trades and you learn overnight, even if you take the whole boot camp. It's not going to sink in until someone like me comes along and says, this is what we're going to talk about today, and this is what you need to know. Okay? And a lot of you traders may know everything I'm saying right now, and you know what I'm saying is true. And if I'm not right, then put it on the board and tell me, Stream Deck, thank you. That's it, right? It's a box, isn't it? Stream Deck. I have it saved somewhere on my other computer. So, I mean, these are things that give others advantages. We were talking about how some brokers are faster in execution than others. Okay? So, you got to be really careful. Now, he did say something in one of his videos. I would have told him he's 100% incorrect. Okay? There is no way that if I do a market order, do you see it a split second ahead of me and gives you an enable to change the price? And that's what Warrior Trading said yesterday. He is dead wrong. Thank you, Rick. They cannot see market orders until they're executed. Sorry. He's absolutely wrong. And he knows he's 10 times the trader than I'll ever be in my lifetime. But he was wrong about something. And I'm going to have to, I don't know which video. I think I saved it. But he made a statement. People are wrong at times. Even I might be wrong. And if I'm wrong about something, I hope that you will bring it to my attention and say, hey, Mike, you said something that I don't believe to be 100% right. I might have made a mistake. Maybe I interpreted something incorrectly. But I know one thing. If I do a market order out, then you cannot see it. All right? But you got to be careful. You need to be working off of, and I don't have it in here, but I'm going to put it back. Okay? This is level 2. All right? So when you sell a stock or buy a stock, you look at these numbers right there. All right? In the level 2. And you'll see this is the ask price. This they're selling right now. You can add 2 zeros to this. So right now, that's 22,700, 19,000, 17,000. 13,000, 13,000. Over here, you see how many being bought? So when I want to look and I say to myself, do I want to get involved in buying or selling a stock right now? If there's more people selling than there are buying, then I know the price is going to go down. Let's put the buttons in there so you can see it. Is the stock going up or is the stock going down? Depends on how many are being bought and sold too at the same time. But right here, I'm seeing almost double what's on this side. So there's still a little bit more being sold than bought. But there's enough on the other side to keep it constant. So if somebody really large comes in, you don't know that somebody in here is controlling a lot of shares of the buying and selling in here. Okay? And I don't see my volume button. I kind of lost it. Let's see something. I lost my volume button in here when I put these in here. Let me see if I pull this down. Nope, I lost my volume button. That's not good. Let me open it all the way. Still lost I lost the other buttons. Okay, that's no good. I got my volume back, but I lost the buttons. Okay, let me put this back. All right, but you see, you should be using, and sometimes when I do that, I watch the news, and it's always for the stock. So if something comes out really quick, I can see it instantly on Benzinga News. All right? So if I leave only the news open of the stock that I'm watching, then, you know, some people like alerts. They may have a whole monitor set up just for press alerts of any company, and that's a great thing. I wish I had that, or I could afford to put that in right now. But with my with my $75,000 in damage for my fire, this is going to set me back for a while. Okay, I got a house that can't even be lived in right now, and I got taxes coming up in November of over $5,000 for the year. Don't feel sorry for me. That's part of life. Except I wasn't prepared for this, and never thought this could happen to me, and it did. I say it's my son's home because he lives there. But he doesn't have the money, and we're 50-50, and I don't have it right now to put out. It's invested somewhere. I cannot get to it. So I need help. So I'm hoping some of you might be able to help me. Let's see. And I haven't gotten any help in the last hour. Let's see. Oh, yes, I have. Somebody else came in. Thank you. Whoever it is, thank you. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps, you know. I just started this GoFundMe this weekend. It's really just hit now, and I'm starting to move it. And just from Dekmar's room, guys have put up almost $500. Another 20 were at $500. Listen, everything helps. I figured out there's over 2,000 people. If 800 people gave $25, that would be $20,000. That would be a great help. That might just pay for the kitchen. Then you got every other bedroom is full of soot, dark. Every article of clothing, everything. The glass from the ceiling lights melted. They were down this far. I wish I could show you the picture. I have the pictures actually. It's the most amazing thing. I've never seen anything like it. If I can find the picture, let's see. Oh, here it is. Let's see if I can find the melted glass. I know I took a photo of it. Okay, it was in the living room. Let's see. This might be it right here. Let's see if it'll open up. This was inside the living room. Boom. No, you can't. That's the walls. They melted. He had some screening. All the walls came off, and that was the screening behind it. It got so hot in there. You could see the walls, how they're black towards the back. But it was right above this part where the glass was for the light, so it didn't show. Oh, I didn't even put it in there. That's the living room. Sorry. I was looking to see if I could see the living room picture. I thought I took a photo of it. I'd never seen anything like it, where a bulb could melt like that. I just don't know if I have the photo of it. I'll have to go through the photos where I can open them and see them. I have some photos. It's so disgusting in there. What happened? I mean, just to get off stocks for 1 second. Let's see something. This is the kitchen. You can look at how the refrigerator doors melted off the actual refrigerator. One door melted off. The other one's black. That was a silver refrigerator. It's black. Stove's gone. Everything's done. I think they did more damage ripping off the ceilings just to get to it to make sure the fire was out. So I really need help. If anybody can give any help, and find in your heart, if you made some money today and you can, whatever you could spare, you know what, everything will be appreciated. Really. So I'm just going to post one more time, and I'm just going to post that link one more time. So find it in your heart just to give anything that you can. We are so far away. These kids that were living in there, they're in their late 20s, okay? My son's 29, 30 years old. His roommate is black guy. He's about, about 28, 29. Not same age. They've been friends since high school. They've lived together. They both lost a dog. One had a female, one had a male. They were going to breed them. Expensive dogs. Saved up a lot of money just to get these dogs. Figured they'd make money on them. Lost them, 2 rabbits, and 2 cats. You could see they love animals. They couldn't even get in the house 3 feet before the guy dropped. He had to be pulled out. He couldn't even get in there. There was so much smoke. So, it's the way it is. Okay, back to the stock market. Really not much happening today, but look again how Ford, from a bottom, we said we could have gone down here, but you see this arrow? It told you at 1090 to buy. It went up to 1096, came back down a little, so you might have either stayed or waited depending on how many shares, and it went back up again. So it's trying, but it's still forming lower lows at this point. It's still got lower lows. We'll have to see what happens. And if you go into FinViz, you'll see that the Dow was 532 before, it's still 527. It really hasn't moved much at this point. So let me just see something. Might be a little time. Get rid of that. Okay, get rid of that. I have a lot of people posting to me and sending me stuff. Wow. Anybody need a break? A couple minutes? I haven't even eaten anything. I haven't eaten a thing. I'm going to open up one of these protein bars. You know how Deck does a Gatorade commercial? I'm doing a commercial for, my wife said try these new ones. These are these protein bars. They're small. I think they're only about 70 calories a piece, or for 2, I'm not even sure. Let's see what it shows up. There you go. Pine bars. And I'm going to eat one. They look good. You heard it. They got peanut butter in them. I'm not a heavy peanut butter freak because not everything is Skippies, and I like Skippies. Isn't that amazing how we all like different, we all like different flavor. I like Skippy. You like, what's that other brand of peanut butter? Jiffy. I know it's a sad situation. You know what? But you know what? God, there's a little story I used to tell years ago. Okay, there were these two travelers that were traveling, and they were from God, and they were on a journey. Look at Ford going up. Look at Ford. You see that? If you bought Ford back on this drop right around here at 90, now we're back up to over 11. That's 10 cents, 10,000 shares, right? Would have been $11,000 that you would have put out. Or was that $1,100? No, $1,100. All right, for 10,000 shares, and you would have made yourself $1,000. Anyway, these two travelers from God. There was a young spirit and an older spirit travel, and they came to this house, and they said, "We're traveling to so and so far away for God. We're on a journey, and we need a place to stay. Can you put us up?" And they said, "Yeah, we can." They put them up where they could on the floor and gave them some food, and they fed them. They said, "Just, you know what, no matter what, we have a cow, and this is our main source of life here, that we can sell our milk and do what we do, and that's the most important thing to us." So in the middle of the night, they slept well. The next day they wake up, and they hear the farmer and his wife crying, and they go outside, and the cow was dead. Their main source of bread and butter and everything like that. So they said, I forget what they called those angels. They were angels from God. The older angel says to God, he goes, "I don't understand. These people were good. They actually gave us a place to stay, and they fed us. That was the most important thing to them. Why did you take their cow?" And God turned around and said, "The truth is, the angel of death came for the farmer's wife, and he took the cow instead." So what the moral is we need to be grateful sometimes for what we have, and not for what we don't have, or what we think we should have, or we don't have what we don't want. And like right now, I'm facing a little catastrophe, and I'm stuck for time with this thing, and two people are out of a house to live in with no insurance. No insurance is paying for them to be somewhere. All their clothes are you can't even put on anything right now. Everything has to be washed. Everything. It's like you can't even walk in there. It's disgusting. So we got to be grateful. So you just logged in. Oh, where is it? I just gave you the login. Oh, that's in Deerfield Beach, Florida. This happened on Friday night. This past Friday. You think you're gonna have a great look at the people in Illinois this weekend. They went for fireworks. They brought their family. They thought they were gonna have the greatest day. And some asshole comes and he shoots up 6, 8, 15, 20 people, 6 dead first day. I don't even know what we're up to. Just never know. Life is so precious. If my son and his roommate were in that house sleeping that night, it could have happened later, and they could have lost their lives. Instead, they lost their animals. It's just like God. God came, and the angel of death gave the cow. Well, this one, the angel of death came and gave him the animals and spared my son's life and his roommate, Kevin. So, sorry I'm eating. We really need to be grateful for what we have, not what we think we should have sometimes. We're in a very greedy business, so I understand, not to say anything. I mean, I know people here are making a lot of money, and when it came to asking them for $25, oh, but I lost so much. Now it comes out, I lost this and I lost that, and blah, blah, blah. Listen, that's fine. Whatever. I'm not coming down or judging anybody. In fact, if you don't want me to know, then put it anonymous. I really don't care. Okay. All I care about is helping these two kids to get back to their lives and put it together. Unfortunately, I can't even get another policy until the day the house is fixed. I can't even sell it because it won't pass inspection. There's nothing I can do. It's all a catch-22 at this point. I don't even know if the banks right now or what the interest rates are. If I took an equity loan, it could be very high, with no one really having income to pay this back. So I'm going to eat my little bar. Any questions? I talked about help and lost 6 people. Okay. Any questions on anything? Look at Ford coming back. So if Ford's coming back, then I have to go take a look at the SPY. Look at the, and you see it's coming down. It was 525. Now the Dow's down to 470, but that's minus. So we're still in a very red day. It's hot in here. I'm going to take my hat off. I did shower this morning. I'm nice and clean. I don't know why I'm sweating so much. Got so much going on in my mind. I had to send off. I got a letter. I sold my leased car last month. I got rid of it. Somehow the insurance company didn't notify them, and the company that bought the car didn't notify. And I got a letter that says if I don't pay for the insurance by the 22nd or show proof, they come out threatening. They're going to cancel my license. I sold the car, so I just had to send them proof. I took that. I was on the phone waiting for someone to answer. Nobody answered. Between that, the fire, blah 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 blah, and then my wife gets called for court duty. We got to get out of that one. Anybody here ever have to go to jury duty? Everybody's guilty. Any questions? Now you can see this has changed. So if you look here, I'm going to take off that top line, because now we're above, and I'm going to remove the drawing. And if I redraw this now, and I go from a high point here to a high point here, now you can see we are starting to level off some. All right. So can anybody tell me? There's 2 ways we can do this from here to there. So even from here to there. You remember I told you before when we were in that triangle here? I said right in here, I said it's either going to come down or right there, or it's going to squeeze up. And that's exactly what it did, and it squeezed up. And that's why I draw these things, so you can see where and when, okay? So now you can see we have a new triangle, and this is slightly an ascending triangle. Before, we had a descending triangle. And you can see, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, and the good proof is, it's back up. If you look at this here is resistance right up here. And here was your support down here at 1090. Here again, there's your support at 1090, and we're back up to resistance at 1104. So you see? So where it comes down, and then over here, now you had resistance at 11, now your resistance is going a little higher. Okay? And that's the things you need to look for. But right now, it's not going up enough where I'm going to jump in it. But at this point, I could have shorted it the way it's been going all day. If you look at this thing, if I put this on, let's say a 5 minute, all right, and you can see a little bit. I still don't like it this way. It's hard to see. Let's see something. All day, this has gone down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. So is it going to come down one more time? It's been doing it, but now it's starting to go a little higher. You can see this line's off a little on a 5 minute. Let's take that off. Remove that. Let's redraw it right to the bottom and right to right there. Okay, so you can see how now it's starting to build higher lows. We'll see if it gets back up there. If it doesn't, it will drop again and do the same thing it's been doing. I already have a 5 minute here, so I'm going to bring this back to right now because of the time, 1:30, 2 to 3 minutes. So even a 2 minute, I hate when it does this. Okay, so like again, it says it went up and down, up. It's probably going to come down again. All right, if I had to be a guessing man, I would say it's going to come down first before it goes in further up. It's like spring back, spring forward, spring back, spring forward, pull back, spring forward. That's what it is. Okay, how we doing? Is anybody want to look at any other stocks? I can go through the list right now. I'm not going to, without putting the watch list back up there. Let's see. It'll make it smaller. I do have it. Okay, I can go here and go to RPCN. Nothing. This one here. That's on a 2 minute. Let's go into 1 minute. That's where I left it. Okay, this is RMED. And this is very similar. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Pretty much it must be following the SPY. A lot of stocks will do that. They will follow the SPY. So if I go back here, put this back in there. If I make this small, then I can see the whole thing. Oh, it was small. Okay. Come on, what's going on here? Okay, I can't move it. I hate when this happens. Everything's not holding like it used to hold. I don't know why. Okay, I can't even see the stuff on here. This is no good. There we go. REMD. Let's take the bottoms off. Make it bigger. Okay. So you can see again. And FFIE we were watching before, doing pretty much the same thing. You can see my lines from before. They crisscrossed and they went under. See, because it went down. It went under there. So it went lower. Remove. If you forget to take the lines out, you'll come in a year later, they'll still be there on the same stock. The lines. Remove the drawing. But you can see this one here is on a descending. You can see it. It's a descending triangle at this point. It's all down. And it's in a channel. So it's in a channel and down. So that FFIE is done for now. Okay. And you got MTech, which was this morning, down, DRTS. Everything else looks like to be pretty down, except this one is up a little bit. COWN, easy to buy too, which means this stock can be shorted. I can short this stock. So you can see it was down here at 29.93. And if I looked at, where's my other chart? Hold on. This one here. I look at the same stock and I look to see if there was news. Tesla, Medical Systems, and 51 stocks moving. So it's a stock that's moving. It's moved 29. This has moved about a point and a half. See, that's what we look for, folks. There was a guy who used to be in here. I'm not mentioning any names. Was a great trader. Went out on his own. But he always used to say to me, stop looking for pennies and start looking for points. So you can work all day to get a few pennies here and a few pennies there, but if you can find stocks that usually move a point in the day, you can do 100 shares, and it moves a point, you made $100. So a stock like this, even if you did 500 shares, it went over $1, you could have made $5 quick, made 500 quick. See, you can make money on stocks. You can pick the right stocks and lose money. That's timing. Timing is something that can't be taught. It just happens. You have to feel it. It's through your experience, strength, and hope of being a good trader that timing becomes righteous. And the way it becomes righteous is knowing two things: support and resistance. Whether you're shorting, and I had Deck called me up on the phone last week, and we talked, and I said, one of the things that bothers me about some of the things that you do in trading is that a lot of times you short. The room votes that a stock's going to go long. And right out of the gate, the stock goes, and you think it's going to come right back down, and you start shorting it. You don't even wait. And you're so wrong, and then it goes up even higher, so you buy even more. I go, you're supposed to be a mentor to a lot of young people in here who look up to you. If you make moves like that, and they make the same moves, they're going to lose their money. Okay? They can't afford to wait that out just so they possibly make money when it finally drops. Why not take a small loss, wait, goes a little higher, try it again, take a small loss. I'd rather see you take 3 small losses, but a lot of you with accounts less than 25,000 can't do that. You have to make every trade count. Anybody feeling what I'm saying? Is anybody still here? I know D. Haffer is here, but is anybody else here? Ozopola. Do you have an account? What kind of account? What kind of an account are you talking about? We're taking a 10 in Twitter. Yeah, I do have a Twitter account. I need to load what I loaded here in Twitter. I do have a Twitter account. I don't use it that much. Let me just see if I can find it real quick. I do have a Twitter account. TWITTER. Let's see. Twitter. Let me see if I can open it. I very rarely ever go in Twitter. What's my name? Maybe under Active Trader. I'm Active Trader, and this is my world. I don't even know to get in. I have to sign in with Google. That's how bad. Okay, here it is, Active Trader. So you can find me, Twitter.home, let's see. How do I, shoot, I don't know what to do in here. I want to tweet more. Let's see, I'm looking. Active Trader, at Michael dot something or other. I guess I have two names in here. Active Trader, an existing account, and Michael. So I guess if you put the Active Trader in here, you should find me. A-C-T-I, let's see, Active _ Trader. Let's see if I can find me. That didn't find me. Bender, no, didn't find me. People steal my name. Active Trader Michael did come up. I listened to the wind of my soul. That's me. Okay, so I found it. So if I take this copy and I give the room this, I don't know what you could do with it, but if you want, where are you? This is my Twitter account. Okay? So if you want to follow me, I won't take you down a bad road. I promise you that. I will not take you down a bad road. But since I got this open real quick, I'm going to post something. I don't know how many people are going to see it, but I can take my, let's see, take the link, copy. Thank you just for opening Twitter. Let's see. Tweet. I don't even know how to tweet. How do I do it? Tweet some replies. Tweet. How do I tweet something for today? See, I don't even know. That's how much I don't use this thing. Media links. All right, I want to tweet something. What's happening? Okay. I put the GoFundMe. There it goes. Tweet it. Okay, so I guess I put it out there. There it is on my tweet. Thank you very much. I meant to do that, but since you brought it up, I just did it. I'm getting out of there because I don't really use this thing. But, and you're not getting 10%. We need every dime we can get, folks. We really, really do. Wow. We finally hit the 500 mark. Thank you. Thank you, folks. You have no idea how much I appreciate this. God is going to bless you. Those who have helped, God is really going to bless you. Okay, you have to tweet at least 2 times daily. Okay, thank you. I'm glad you told me because I have an account. I also have, what's that other account? You got Tweet. I did it on Facebook. I'll do it every day, twice a day, like you said. Yeah, I know. People think you do a GoFundMe and it really starts to happen quick. It doesn't. It really is. Unless you're sick and you're laying in the hospital with tubes going through you, people don't want to help as much. But these poor kids have nowhere to live. You know what? And they need to fix their home. You know, I'm not saying, listen, he didn't screw up. It all started because he went to a church. He was going to church at a Brazilian church, and he hired these Brazilian guys who he had some money. They overdid his house. They put a new hood above his stove, and they never changed the wires. They used the old wires from the old hood, which took different amperage, and it drained it so much that the fire marshal called me up, and he said it was the wires from the hood. And I don't know if they're insured. I don't know if they were licensed. I don't know if he's got receipts. And he left that church on bad grounds. He just felt they were taking advantage of him. Which they were. But nothing I can say about it. He's 30 years old and I can't tell him anything. Even though if he had let me help him from the beginning, he'd be in a much better position than he's in now. Now, I don't know if we may have to sell the house the way it is. I don't know. I really would like to put it back to its good condition, and I don't have the money. I have my own story in life that happened to me, and I had to start my life over at 45. I was a multi-millionaire and a bad divorce, and I went to jail for a little time. I lost everything. So, and I didn't even do anything. That's the truth. I was not guilty. Just happened to do with a woman who actually is my second wife, and she died at the age of 43. You see? And I'm 68, I'm still here. Well, 67 and a half. Can I hear myself for a second? Hold on. Can I hear myself for a second? Can I hear myself for a second? Okay. I'm working. I want to see myself and hear me on the computer. See, when I talk to you, I don't have it in the background because if I keep it on, then the microphone will pick up everything. One day I tried. I put up the headphones on. I don't know. One of the guys in the morning does that. I don't know how he does it because everything you say comes back at you and you're still talking. It's like you can't do that. It doesn't work. You know, it doesn't work. Okay, I put up a lot of screens today. I've shown you a lot of stuff. There's really not a lot moving. I would like to one more time, which I do many times a day. And the people who do this will enjoy making a lot more money. And if you have a scanner, okay, now right now I don't have to tweak it out. I have it at 50,000. If there was very few on this list, I would drop this down to 45 or 40. This is wrong. It shouldn't be on 15 bars. I don't know why. I'm going to have to correct that and then save it again. It's 15. I tweak it out a lot, but it shall take out a few. Let's see. There you go. And that's really what's happening. 10 bars. This is what's happening today. And if you look at these stocks, we got BBI opened at 394. It only went to a high of 420. So it's not a stock we want to trade. Next one is LXRX. This is all in the last hour or so. So you got this stock with 12 million, but you see it went to 290. It's gone $1, but it's back. It's got a high of 297. So unless you think this thing's going to break out over $3, and with this stock, let's see. Oh, you know what I'm missing in here? Oh, this is good. I can show you something. It's not in here. I don't know why. It should be. I must have pulled the wrong scanner up. I can go in here. Is this it? Where's the little alert? Save as watch list. Oh, I can't do it over here. Oh, here it is. Okay. I can go in here, customize. I can put in here, watch. This is really cool. RSI. No, I'm sorry. I already got that. HTB. All right. And you'll see it comes up. HTB. I add the item. And now what I want to do, it's on the bottom, I want to be able to see it. So I'm going to move this up all the ways past RSI. Right there. Okay. I'm going to say okay. Now, where did I do it? Where did it go? Net change RSI. It's in here. Maybe it was in here all along. I didn't see it. There you go. Okay. This tells me, when I look at these stocks, if they're shortable. Here's one. CBNA is a shortable stock. So this stock opened at $21.30 up to $26. This is a stock worth looking at. So CBNA, okay. Let's see if I have it in here. Hold on. Symbol. CV. No, I don't. So I will take something like that and I'll put it in my watch list. Also, I will add it to my other list if I don't already have it. And if I look, I've got OSH, also shortable. Opened at $8.45, it's up to $20. Okay, so this is a stock I might want to keep an eye on. That might be, it's Osh Street. I don't know, that might be a real estate thing. OSH, I'll put that in my watch list. I have another computer with another screen, so I'm putting it in there. And it'll all work for all my 3 computers here. It'll put it into all of them. Loop, 1845, went up 20, but also, OSH, I already used that one. And let's see, any more? No. The rest are just regular stock and nothing within a price range. Okay, so now what I do, I'm going to scan one more time real quick. Nothing came up any different. OYNR, no, same. BBI. Okay, I will take that down. Now I can go in here. I can go into my watch list now, and let's see. I go find, what were those stocks? Anybody remember? Let me go top change. OSH, CBNA. Here's one. This stock consistently went up all day long. You see it? It was on a right. It's still moving in an upward position. So this is what we call, it's a small, slight ascending triangle. Okay. So if you look at the stock, it's in a. Okay, from here to here. You can go from there or from here to over 2637, 37. Come on. There we go. Bam. Or there. Let me take this one out. Let's remove that drawing. So you can see right now, we're in what I call a chamber. Okay? It's ascending, but it's a chamber. And it is starting to squeeze slightly, but it's been doing that all day. Up, down. You don't know where the lines were previously before it came up here. That was probably down here. So it was in a squeeze position. This stock is squeezing up slowly and going up. This stock could end up back to 26 at the end of the day, or it could run after hours. And then you have to understand why. Why is it moving? That's the important thing. We have to ask ourselves with any stock, why is this stock going? Does it have any news? How big is the float? These are the questions you must ask yourself every time you look at a stock, okay? And here, I go to 711. Here we go, right there. I open this up, and it says, it's a buy on Caravan. So this is Carvana? Oh, Carvana. Big, huge company, Okay, we cut Carvana's price target to $50 from 90, so the target went down. That would mean the price should go down. Needham count target $31 from 80. There's all different companies that cuts Carvana's price. Okay, but it's still been going up slightly. Carvana, they deliver cars to you. You can go places and buy your cars, whatever. This is it's a strong company. The other one that we were looking at, so this is just consistently going up. It's going up as we talk. It was at 32, now it's at 44. What was the other one? OSH, I remember. Let's see if I can find it. OSH. Here it is. Here's another one. See? Same thing. Consistently moving up. So it started at about 19. There is no news. 7.5, there's been no news in a month. So somebody's pumping this up. I would be careful. But we do know that it's shortable. So right now at 2064, I can take the risk or wait a little closer to 3 o'clock and then decide if I want to short the stock and take a look at it. Because this stock could come back down. Remember, whoever's been pumping this up is only 22,000, 50,000. Unless it was insider buying, which I don't see any of that in here. Unless it was inside buying, okay, then this stock, somebody's going to want to take their profit eventually. So with a new high of the day, that would have been a good place to short, but we're only about 14 cents difference. I would wait a little to see which way it goes. Keep an eye on OSH, and this is a stock I would short. Now, just to give you an idea of something, in my watch list, I would usually add this. So I would go here to default. I go down to personal and e-shortable. So you see this? Now, I don't know if OSH is in here. Let's see. MN. OSH, not in here. So I go to the bottom right there and I would add OSH. Now I have a new one on my list. You see this column here? It says all ETBs. Look at this. That's a shortable list. People say there's no stocks in there shortable. Well, look what I got. 200 shortable stocks. And what was the other one? CVNA. Let's see if it's in here. CVNA. PQRSTUVSTU. Not in here. So here's another one. CVNA. I have another addition to my list. All shortable stocks. And every now and then, I'm a nice guy, I give my list out for free. Right now, we're going to go back to the regular list of default. You see all of the scanners I've made? See this? Morning scanner, daytime scanners, after hours scanners. I make my own scanners. I tweak them out and then I change them. Unusual volume scanners. Okay? You can just take a look at different scanners. I should pull that up someday and show you guys. It's just unusual volume. Looking for stocks that have, like you read in FinViz, it says unusual volume, and you can find them if you know how to set up. People don't realize who have Thinkorswim how great having those scanners really is. Okay, you have a tool that would cost you $100 or more a month just for that tool anywhere else. So put options now. Okay, remember one thing, D Haffer. Okay, please, in my room and in Deck's room. Proper format. Very important, because if somebody doesn't have it in their list, now they got to type it out like I just did, and now I can click on it where yours I cannot. Okay? So please try to use proper format with any stock symbol. Always $ and capitals. You were almost there. Okay? Now, if I look at the SPY, I do have the SPY in here. The SPY went up a little and it's pulled back. Okay? And if I look in FinViz right now, the SPY was at 525. It went down to 450 minus. Now it's at 482. So it's going back a little the other way. Okay? A put option now, right? I don't know about that. Probably. I would say even if you did it overnight, you might make money on a put option. I would, if I was to do a put option on that. Let's lower this for a second. Let's get rid of that, and we're going to bring up right now. Okay, and let's go to options. That's not options. Sorry, wrong one. Let me bring that down. Down. There we go. Now, let's put the SPY in here. SPY. All right. Now, let's say he wanted to do a put. I go on 14. There we go. Out of the money. Right now, we said the SPY was at what price? It was at 377. So, if I'm going to gamble on the SPY going down, I want a limit. I want to do a strike limit of about at least 350. All right, or they probably won't go that high. Here's 377, 76, 75. So I guess you start around where 377. That's where you go, because it has to go down. Well, 377.03. No, you'd have to go to 376. That's $1. So it would cost you about $3.73 a share. All right, approximately. So at $3.73 a share, all right. So at $3.73 times 100 shares in a contract, it would cost you $374 to have 100 shares of the SPY. That's fantastic. Okay, $374. If you were to buy the SPY and buy 100 shares, it would cost you $3,076 for 100 shares. Correct? Now it's $374. And if you had more money and you wanted to go for it, that's only one contract. If you went 5 contracts times 5, you would lay out $1,800 and you would control 500 shares. The $1,800. But if you did it if you did it on a, what do you call it right now? Wow, look at it dropping. Look at it dropping. See, he hit it right. That was right. But even at 376 times, let me go back and go 377. That's where we were at. 377 times 500 shares would have cost you $70 million. I mean, you can't even consider doing that kind of on that stock, opposed to using options, which is so much cheaper. I hope you bought that put because it's dropping like a bomb. It's dropped $1. Not even. And you got to be careful because something like the SPY, it's got to drop more than that. But the SPY could come back. The SPY could come back a couple of dollars. It could end up at 372. So imagine even if you bought a 377 strike. I don't know what happens. You bought a 377 or 376 and you hold it longer. I don't know what happens. You make money, but who's going to buy it? Remember, every time you sell an option, it's got to be somebody that's going to buy it from you too. Just like stocks. Most of the times they will. But you can see the price is going up. As the price goes down, it's going up. 376, 363. That's for a 376 that's the ask, right? Some people go for what's called the bid. They'll go for a bid price and they'll get it. And the way this thing's dropping, I mean, if you do it fast, you might get it. You can make money in this, folks. You can make money. 370. We're up to $4 in the money. 360 out of the money. 360. 360. Oh, okay. Let me put back the watching the SPY. So it's it's still 377. I thought it said 3. I thought it dropped. I guess not. What were we at? 377. We were 378.04. It dropped. It did drop some. Still dropping. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, and the answer was yes. It would have been a SPY option, a put. It's too hot in here. I'm going to put that fan on. Let me know if this is too loud. Okay, can you guys hear that fan? Can you hear that in the background? Does it distract you? It's not like I can turn the fan down either. It's just too hot in here. It's you folks, it's you traders, you're putting off such heat. You really are. Must be some foxy lady in here. You can't hear it. Good, Tommy. Tommy, am I giving you what you asked for? Because I haven't received one question from you about this, and I told you I would be doing this today. And you see everything I'm going through. At least I think you've been here long enough. What I'm going through this day was a day from hell for me, you know. But I'm keeping my faith, even though I can't see the outcome. I'm trying to have faith that God is going to prevail, and that I'm going to get through all this, as I always have in my lifetime. Been tough times. Thank you. If you want, we can talk later. You know, I got your number. A lot of you folks, a lot of you traders in here, I do have your number. Some of you I owe a phone call to. I know, like Eva. I don't know if she's here right now. The last time to trade in SPY, I will just keep an eye on it, and we'll trade any stock like... Yeah, QQQ. I like SQQQ. That's another one. SQQQ. Goes the opposite of the SPY. So whatever way the SPY goes, and it's inexpensive. So if you click on that right now, the SQQQ, right now you'll see it's $56.79, $56.80, and it's gone down. So if you wanted to buy, let's go back and look at SQQ. Whatever way the SPY is going, you go the other way. So let's open up the options. Let's put in here SQQ, okay? QQQ. Oops, that won't work. QQQ. All right. Here we go. So right now, I would bet if the SPY is going to start going up, then I would go down. That's $1.96. that would be 221. Okay, 56.80. Even to go to 30 cents, be about, or if I want to go a little further to 56, it would be talking about $1.95. All right, out of the money. So you're gonna have to go at least 4 cents before you start making money too. It's gonna go down. All right. If you want to go long because you thought the SPY was going to drop, then you're talking about on the ask price just out of the money, 229 for a strike price of 57, which would be fine. You might even want to go a little further. 57.50. It's 211, so it's a little less, but you got about 10 cents, and here you got 2. I think I like this one better, so I would probably go here and go with more shares. Now 227. All right. So remember, what do we say? $2.27 a share times, let's say 1,000 shares. Now that's 10 contracts. Is $2,200. So for $2,200, you can have 1,000 shares of SQQ. If SQQ now on 1,000 shares goes, all right, only let's say it goes 30 cents, you just made $300 approximately. There might be a couple fees in there. So you get the idea. But if you were to buy SQQ and right now you want to buy 1,000 shares, you'd have to put out $55,000 instead of what I just showed you. Big difference. 10 times the leverage. So for those with smaller accounts, you can pick any stock. Remember, some stocks go with the SPY, some stocks go away from the SPY. Regardless of that, you must always have something open. Whatever you're looking at, you must have another chart showing you the SPY, like I showed you in like this one here. So if I use this, now once I get rid of this stuff, I'm going to show you the newer one that I'm going to be using in Thinkorswim. It's going to take some getting used to. I will either use this to do my options once I bought the option, because you can buy options through the active trader. You can set this up to work with your options. All right. That's why I put this new P&L in here. This P&L right in here. I didn't have that before, but it's going to show the P&L. So I could go in here and it says buy. See, it says buy. I could click on this. It'll open up and I can change the amount of shares and I can buy at $377.40 and I can buy that particular stock just through the active trader. And it's much quicker than right now if I want to go like this. I go inside, I go to buy custom, and let's say I want to do 500 shares. I open it up. See, there comes up. I'm already ready. Oh, that was a sold? What's going on here? MTech. I had MTech this morning. Shows the orders that I have. I'm missing something in here. Confirm. That's the SPY. Oh, that would have been 500 shares of the SPY at 376. You see? And if I unlock it, watch, unlock it, I'm at a 25-cent stop loss right here because I already have it set up. Now, some of you may be asking, how do you do that? And let's say any stock. Let's take another stock that's cheaper. Let's take Osh. I go any stock that I have in there. If I want to set up stop losses ahead of time, I right-click, go to Buy Custom. I go up to with a stop. Now, and it's in here. You'll see it's $1 difference. So what I want to do is I want to unlock it for a second. All right. Now I got my real price. Lock it. Now I want 25 cents less, and that would be $20, and 25 would be 33. Is that correct? So 25 and 33 would be 30, 33, 43, 53, 58. It would be 43. So 43, watch. 43, has to be a period in there. All right, $20.43. Now I unlock it, and you see I got a 25-cent stop loss. If I want to save this, I click right here, open this, and I save this. And now, next time I already have buy 500, sell 500 with a 25 stop loss already set up. And by doing that, let's get rid of this. I want to buy this stock real quick. If I had this on auto send, where's my auto send? Should be in here. Right there. If I have this clicked, the auto send button, when I go in here, I go down to buy custom, and then I go and I hit this button here. If my auto send is on, I'll buy that stock at that price, or I just have one more click, okay? And it'll tell me. I'll say, okay, let me see the price. Well, I want to wait till it comes back to 2050. It's moving down, and I can wait and just hit confirm and send. Once I do that, I've got a 25-cent stop loss in there. It's already set up. And then when this gets bought, the green disappears, and the red happens. Now, if I want to do a short, I do just the opposite. Sell custom. Ready? Short first 500. See? So I'm selling to short, buying to complete. and also at a 25-cent difference. See it? That's how quick you can set it. When people say, I go, do you have a stop loss? And they go, oh, well, I buy it first and then I put it in. You can't do that. I can buy a stock and be out in 12 seconds and make $800. I don't have time to put a stop loss in. But you see how fast I just was able to set it up and go boom and put it on the board? Did any of you not know that? You do now. That earns me, by the way, another one of these. You know, I've been on since 11:49. So that's 12:49, 1:49, that's 2 hours without a break. Every time I see 8K go in, he leaves. I got to take a break. All right, I'll be back. I got a break. So, if I go right now, let's see, is he even on? Sometimes I like to sneak in his room and watch him. Living like Matt's on. I can't listen to him. I mean, I can. All right, he's in here. Say something. He's watching LXRX. Let's listen for a few seconds. Okay, it's not that I want you to go over there. This is how I spy on him.
Any questions, Steve? Anything else you want to go over? I'll go live here for at least another 10-15 minutes. I know.
See, there he goes. Another break.
Well. But that's pretty sweet. I'll click the link so everyone can see it there. 1M finally. Finally, there's the news on 1M, and I knew that would come out at some point in time.
Watch him say something. Ready?
After I got done looking for it earlier, so thank you, D-Solid, for that. So, of course, we've seen these so much during lunch hours, team, over the past 2 months. This report of takeover interests, and we see stocks spike. I'd say less than 25% of Hilder innings, so just understand that. Secondly, anyone didn't click on it, I'm telling you. You can tell, boom, Supersonic. Supersonic is here, and you can tell how fast I can.
I'm going to go in his house right now, and I'm going to.
Here we go. You can tell United.
Oh, well, hold on 1 second. It's my doctor's.
That's a pretty cool looking plane.
Mike Rudnick.
Nice little plane there. I like how
Friday,
it's
10th.
Design looks pretty tight.
Yes, you confirm me my appointments for Friday.
Yeah, and then it shows you how fast you can get to some of these areas. You can just kind of click through them.
Great. I can't read through his now. This is the third time he's already canceled.
Essentially,
but Liz is still going to be there at 11 something.
Over in Europe, essentially for the most part.
I have an appointment with Liz that day also.
This is the one thing I always love seeing stuff like this because of my mind. So it usually it's 7.5.
All right, keep her appointment, and we'll talk about rescheduling when I get there on Friday. Okay?
Why is this one so much faster? 4 hours shorter. This is going 3 hours.
Yeah, I will cancel Dr. Norton for now, for the third time.
But nice, this is really
you canceled them. This is my third time I haven't met this doctor.
Won an award so far too, so this must.
I'm not mad at you. Believe me, I'm not. And I do understand on the other parts. All right. Anyway, I'm doing a live podcast, so they're listening to me. All right. I'll let you go. Thank you. I'll be there Friday at 11:15, right? Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Sorry. See, I need surgery with a doctor, and that's the third time this doctor I've never met has canceled me. Okay. So anyway, I was going to listen to what's his name for a second, but I'm going to take him off.
How you doing? Any last questions, though?
Any questions? Anybody else have any questions? Now's the time, because I am the active trader, and this is my world, and I'm here to help you in your world. That's the truth. So as I always do for Deck, and sometimes for the other traders in here. Any questions? Anybody have any questions on anything that I went over today? On any stocks? Any option question? If I don't know the answer, I won't tell you I did. I'm not going to guess, but I will get you the answer if I don't know. I'm good at that. I'm really good at going out of the box and finding out the answer to questions I don't know. And it happens all the time. That's why I have to always stay one step ahead with Deck, and I'm always there to give him what he needs, and that's why we work so well together. That's why he calls me once a month, just to catch up. I go, what do you call me? Fire me again? I go, you're not, I told him, I wrote him the other day, I go, I'm here till I retire, and when I retire, I become the inactive trader. Then I'm done. But for right now, I just love helping people, and, I hope I'm helping some of you in any way that I can. I can help you more if you ask me questions and let me know. I have a lot more to go through and a lot more to do on options. Today just really threw me because of Friday. I really YSG. No, I haven't been watching it, but I will put it on my thing. Let's bring it up. Okay, give me a second. Come on, hold on. Let's put in YSG, and I'll put that in my, what do you call it? That's a crazy stock. Look at that thing. Up and down, up and down, up and down. There we go. The problem with this stock, I'm going to tell you right now, all right? Looking at it really quick, let me just put this in my list for a second. YSG. Okay, and they're in alphabetical. There we go. It's in the positive. It's hard to borrow, okay? I don't know that I could short this stock. You can also look on a 5-minute here what it's been doing. I can open this up a little. And you see I always have my SPY. I can always watch my SPY. And if you look at this stock, look at the SPY, look at the stock. You see? See that right here, up here? Same thing. Up here. They're never going to be 100% identical, but you can see, and this is on a 1 minute. If I put this on a 5-minute, give me a second, I can't see the board at the same time. Okay. So pretty much, if you look at this and you look at this on a 5-minute, you see how this is always a little bit ahead of what this thing does here. But I actually like the SPY on a 3-minute because I'm not buying the SPY. Where'd it go? There we go. I would rather put this on a 3-minute. Just a little easier to read. So you can see, I like when the color pops out like that. You can see that the movement is pretty much the same. The YSG is not moving 100% with it, but it has moved in that general direction with the SPY. Volume is dying. Right, that's exactly what I was going to say, Adrian. Thank you. When you look up here, you see it says 2,000. Look at you got one person, 76,000, 2,000. When I see that, I see one person manipulating a stock that if I get in with a certain amount of shares, he will drop it so he'll take my money. And I don't get involved in stocks like that unless they have the mob, because I'm not losing my money and I'm not giving it away anymore. Thank you. I was just going to say that to him. Take a look. Okay. Sorry, you got to eat something. I'm getting dizzy. I took my vitamins. Didn't I? Yeah, I took them. Okay. All right. Give me one more second. I had to put that computer back on the. I have another computer, another laptop that works that I had to put back on my printer. I had to use the printer to fax out to the government this morning. Okay. Again, any questions? Anybody have any questions? Any concerns? Anything I said that you don't agree with? Tell me now. I'm okay with it. Tell me. Tell me why you cried, why you lied to me. Anybody, come on. I'll stop singing. I used to be able to sing. I was a good singer. I should have been in a band. But I was too busy raising a family who's now starting fires. Nah, he didn't do it purposely. It was an electrical fire. It was nobody's fault but the fire. Look at the YSG. Just like I told you, one person controlling it, now taking their profits, and you would have got hurt. See, that's why, Falcon, I don't look at stocks like that. I don't. I look at my scanners and I see what they bring me. And I'm willing to bet you that right now, if I go back to my scanner, let's see. Here's my scanner. Let's see if YSG shows up in here. Last 5 minutes. I'll go at 50. All right, 250, 450, 50,000. I'll put it in alphabetical order. Let's see if you can find it. That's it. That's the bottom of the list. No YSG. You see? And that's why. I go by percentage change. The highest percentage, these are the stocks up to about here, from here up, that you want to trade. And I can go through this daily. I can bring it down and say, okay, let's go to 3 minutes. In the last 3 minutes, what stocks are we working in here? You see YSG anywhere? I don't. You got SO, AGMH, BCEM, and then I got to look across. How much did it move? Was it worth it? That's pennies. This here was a little bit more. AGMH, you can take a look at that. This one here moved a little. It's SO. We didn't look at SO, but it's so, isn't it? Is it ISO or SO? I really can't tell. It says Isoplexes, but I see SO as the stock. So you can look at SO. Let me put that in my list. Hold on. I got SO. And then the other one I said was AGMH. Okay, AGMH. And what's the next one? BCEL. Wasn't worth it. Then the next one is EVAX. Not really worth it. Nothing else that I see that has any real movement where I can make some money. All right, so let's get out of here real quick. And let's go look real quick at, what did we say? One was AGMH. It's number one on my list. All right, there. So it had a little bit of action, but not enough. There's no real volume to it. I'd stay away from it. It's sporadic. Somebody's trying to push this thing up. And what's the other one? That's So. Just So. And So is losing for the day. So you can see, it looked good up there in the scanner, but really there's not much. If you got in here when it told you it's $69.85, you would have made $0.50 if you waited. It's in a chamber. It's in an upward movement. So if you look from here, to there, you can see it's still on a slight up path. You can go from here to there. And it looks like it's got a small squeeze coming. So do you see that? Okay, but it's not a lot of movement. There's very little volume. I would not get involved with a stock like this. So even though the scanner told me there was some action, it's enough action that somebody did that it made the stock move enough, but it didn't really do much. Okay, it is on an upward climb. All right, you can see the lines. You can see what I did, and it's coming to a slight squeeze, but not enough. If you go in this stock and you win with 500 shares, they could drop it 50 cents and take your money. If you put it in a stop loss. So be careful. Watch volume. Volume is very important. Okay? It's not always the stock. We got to watch that people aren't controlling it. Why am I getting these beep noises? Is this from here? I said I need to change something. Okay, and where is hold on. I might have been in his room without a... Okay. Okay, let me come back. All right. Any questions, concerns? Any problems? Any problem with something I said? It's not so. Is it? I asked that. Is it ISO? It's not. Okay, ISO. That looks better. Is that the name of the company? You're right. Thank you. Good correction. So what I do now is I go to So. I get rid of that one. I won't get rid of it. I'm going to put an I in there. And now I got ISO. Okay. EFG. Here we go. Thank you. And I asked that before. I couldn't see it. But again, here's another one. Same thing. Same thing. There is not enough in here to make me jump in and play with the stock. There is no volume on this stock at all. So bye-bye. So long. Have a nice day. I don't even know where to go at this point. Where's REV? REV doing anything? Let's see. Oh, wow. Look at that stock. Unbelievable. I picked one out of my head. Look at the motion. Look where this stock went today. All right? Totally up. Totally up. Up and down. Could have made some money on this. Boom. And then you got from here, another bottom to here, to there. It's awkward, but it's definitely still, you got a declining, you have a descending triangle now, in this motion now, okay, at this minute now. If you look from here, down to here, where is it? Go in there, go in there. That was before. Then if you go this way, now you'll see, and it's trying, you have a downward, you have slight downward at this moment. But if it breaks through that, it might come back up and form a new high. That we'll have to wait and see. If I look into the buttons for the price, where is that? Okay, let's go to level 2. Was there any news? 7:45. Reddit's short squeeze mentioned in July 4th weekend. So Reddit was messing with this, and that's why it went up. Other than that, there's no news on this thing. It's just a pump and dump. Okay. See, that's why you got to be careful. You've got to check. Why is the stock moving? Who's moving it? Okay, what is going on with this stock? Where am I at here? Active trader. Okay, take a look at 6 more stocks. And where are you guys? Come on. I don't know what I did with you guys. Right here. Okay, I got it. All right, I got so many monitors, and now look at that. Finviz came back up. I wasn't even looking at it. I couldn't find it before. That's so weird, and it just popped up there. But you can see the market's down. NASDAQ's up. We're back up there. Let me get rid of this thing. I'm going to get rid of this totally. I don't need to look at it anymore. And that's back to the chart that we're at, and I would not be touching that stock. All right? Any other stocks? I hit the Rev was a good one. The one I looked at, REV. But again, how much... I don't know. I lose my... It's so weird when I do my take this out, I get my volume back. See, there's the volume. So if you look here, you had 500,000, that's 800,000. That's almost a million right there, a million shares. So what came back when it came down? 350, 450, 530, 630, 700, 800, 900. There's over the million right there. Came back down. Okay? See, somebody in here is manipulating the stock and has over a million shares. I'll guarantee it. So even though it's about 1,400,000, 1,500,000 being traded, there's a big market mover in there. And don't fool yourself, folks. There are market manipulator, market movers in the market. And that's okay. Thank God for them. Because when we get the rare tail, we follow them, we can make money. But they gotta be careful when they get out in a split second. And that's why I tell you, don't be greedy. Take profits when you have them. I hate people, they say, oh my God, I was just up 9,000. I waited too long and boom, the thing just dropped on me and I lost everything plus some. How often? Raise your hand. How many of this has this happened to here? Has it happened to you? Because it's happened to me. You know what? Adrian, we think alike. Adrian and I have been friends over 3 years, okay? I met him through Tradecaster, and I used to call people up in the beginning, helping people up. When I learned something, I wanted to share it. So at a year, I learned a lot. And I started calling people up, and I started sharing my experience, strength, and hope. And Adrian was my first call. And we've become solid friends since then, like a brother. Like a brother. For real. Very blessed. I've met a lot of people in here, and I have to say I am blessed. Can't believe I look at this fire and I see what's going in there. And my heart goes out. You have no idea what it takes to clean up a mess like that. And then hit every single bedroom and every floor is black. The soot, everything you own now becomes permeated. And 6 animals died in this fire. 6 animals. Look at REV. I picked that one out of my head. Look at that. There's a good stock. Now, if you look at the TTM squeeze here, and if you look at this thing, you could see, forget about here, just in the last, since 145, you could have said to sell it, so you could have gone from here about $5.70 down to $5.50. You could have made a quick 20, even on 500 shares would have been $100. When it reversed, second one, so $5.50, $5.55. Look at this, up to 6 and 50 cents. You could have made on 500 shares another $2.50. So between here and here, you could have made $350. Okay? That's simple. What a great stock. I pulled that out of my head because I remembered REV was a stock from 2 weeks ago, last week. Great stock. And look, it's doing it again. Look at it again on another time from right here. $6 down to $5.70. You could have made 25 cents right there. 25 cents. Again, so you could have made $125 on 500 shares. What you were willing to lose, you just made. So 3 trips, there's your $500. Remember I said we could do enough, make $500, $500, $500. If you remember, for those that you were here earlier, win 50% of your trades. This is what I'm talking about. You could have done a lot more shares than I'm talking about, and you could have made money on REV today. Just a good example. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. How many of you woulda, coulda, shoulda with me? Okay, I lost the. Oh, there it is. I'm going to the doctor Friday. That's where I get these green pens. I really like these things. So every time I go, I take 1 or 2 pens. I go to the front, I take one. I say thank you. And then when I go to the back, I take another one. I put it in my pocket. It didn't say I couldn't take 2. They say please take them. It has their name on it. It's the orthopedics. It's Boca Raton Spine Center. That's where I gotta go. I need back surgery. I can't sit here and talk to you forever. I'm gonna have to be off my game for about a month. Probably around September. I don't seem to be getting that surgery any sooner. I was going to do it in July. I'm supposed to have my eye surgery this week on the 5th, which is today. I was supposed to have my eye surgery today. I never got taken care of it. I've never traded futures. I don't know anything about trading futures, like corn, oil. I mean, you can do futures that way. I'm sure it's very quick. And Forex, which is, I have a friend who does that, loves it. Just gambling on money and the price of money, whether the euro, the yen, different types of money. I have no interest in that at all. You know what? I do what I know how to do, and I stick to it. When you find a system excuse me, that works for you in trading, stick to it. It doesn't mean that what I do is wrong or what I do is right. It's right if it works for you. If it works for you, great. When I gave folks my setups a year ago and a year and a half, they come back 6 months later and showed me different setups that I personally wouldn't have used. But you know what? Today, I'm looking at it a little differently. I'm saying, you know what? Maybe they have a better setup. I never say. I teach people how to become a better trader than myself. I'm a good teacher. Okay? Doesn't mean I'm the best trader. I would have been the best trader if I was a little younger, but I can't take the risks that you guys take. I'm retired. So it's a little bit different. I've been trading all my life, but I'm only day trading for about four years. So it's been a little more than 4 years, but it's been a ride. I've been a moderator here almost 3 years. So Deck saw something in me that he decided he wanted me to do this. So I didn't want to do this. I like doing the one-on-one with you guys. So I stopped doing the one-on-one as much, and Deck's now doing one-on-one. Isn't that something how everything changes? I never thought that I could trade. I'm not trading today because I don't want to lose, okay? And if I start trading, I want to be more concentrated. I have traded and I've won while I'm giving this group, and I have traded and I've lost right in front of you, $300-400. I lost 2 Fridays ago. I lost $400 and won it back on Monday. I lost on a week before, during the week that other week. I lost $300 on a Tuesday. I made $300 back on a Wednesday, and I did pretty good. I made the weeks before this last week. I told you I only made about $200. I lost it all because I got greedy and I ran after it. But I made $900 and where is it? I got them written here somewhere. I made like $1,900 in the 2 weeks prior, and then $200 last week, and I was up almost $900. I lost it. I just gave it back. I lost my winnings, and then I lost $500 on top of it. That was last week. So I walked away with about $200 when I could have walked away with close to $1,000 because I got greedy. I went for more than I should have, and then I started chasing. And every time I chased it, and then I went the other way, and it went the other way. I just couldn't win. Timing. I couldn't get the timing on Friday, no matter what I did. And I had it in the morning, and I should have left it alone. Sometimes you just take what you got and say, you know what? You worked hard for that. $170 in 30 minutes. Just take it. Don't give it back. It's a bad day. You got a holiday week. There's not a lot of people trading. And that's what happened. I tried to make something happen when I'm the guy that tells you all the time, be patient. Stop trying to make something happen. And I went and did exactly what I told you not to do. And I'm willing to admit it. I was wrong. I made a mistake. And I paid for it. Dearly. It is what it is. You know what? I don't care who tells you, even Deck. Deck can win $100,000 in a day and he can lose $120 the next day. It's just the way it is. Your timing. You can't teach timing. You can teach support and resistance, but we can't ever predict when the reversal in the market's going to happen, and it's going to affect everything. Because you can watch the SPY one day. Don't do any trading. Just watch the SPY on a heavily traded day and watch which way it goes. So which way would you gamble to go on it? And then if you're going to gamble on certain stocks, okay, remember this is the only game out there that has major consequences when it doesn't go your way. Okay? Major consequences. I do keep, see, I don't keep a journal. I should. I keep them on papers. I write them down every day when I trade. Even today, I only did one trade. It's on a pad. Okay, when I trade, I write them down. I keep them for a few weeks and I throw them out. I don't really want a journal. But I'm not saying a journal's a bad thing. Most of the really good traders say you should keep a journal. Right now, I can look in I can go into I can go into TOS and go into the monitor and to the bottom, and I can see if I'm up or down for the year. Okay, and right now I'm down a little, but close because I had a few good months, like November. I won $6,000, and then the last 2 days of November, I gave back 10. It happens. Okay, timing, chasing, revenge trading, things that kill you. I can tell you the right thing to do. It's only up to you. I can tell you the right thing to do, and then it's up to me. Because I hear what I say to you, and I know I'm telling you the truth. And nothing I'm telling you is something I really thought up in my brain by myself. It's just things that I've heard, it's things that I've learned along the way. The first year that I was a trader, I watched over 1,000 hours of videos. As God is my witness, I listened to that many videos. Sunday, yesterday, I watched 3 videos. Okay, I took about almost an hour. Watched 3 videos, maybe a little longer, on warrior trading videos, but videos on options. I'm learning more and more about options, learning more and more about setups. I told you I wanted to show you something. I was hesitant to do it because I'm going to lose my setups, I'm pretty sure. But I'm going to try to show you. Let's see. I want to remove the drawings here because really everything's changed. I'm not like Dak. I redo my drawings when I feel that the chart's moved and it's changed. Like here. Now we're in a slight, see REV? We're in a slight downward change. So even if I look at it from here to here, okay, from there to there, you can see, I still have another one from before. Take that away. Okay, you can see we have a slight incline here where it could come to a squeeze eventually, but only if it picks up on traffic. So right now what I want to do is, let's see if I get rid of this, and I'm going to minimize this. Let's see, I know I've got nothing on the board. Let me leave something up until I get there. Hold on. Let me leave this up. What happened to the stock? Wow, disappeared. We close to 4? No, okay. I thought I took the lines out. Oh, I put new lines? Hold on. Just take that out. Alright, I'm going to go in here for a second. Let me see if I can get the new chart that I have, that I made. Okay, I named it. I have a chart. Let me just take... I'm not going to use the scanner again in here, so let's see. Where's my scanner? Oh, it's up there. It comes up there. I don't want that. Alright, I must have to do this on the original. Okay, hold on, folks. Just hold on. Setup. 4-in-1 charts new for trading. Alright, hold on. Here we go. Come on. What's going on? Here we go. Come on. I got it. It changes the name is all wrong. I don't know why it does this. I'm going to detach it. I might lose the rest of my stuff when I do this. I think I lost it all already. It's gone. I don't know why it does this. This is the chart I'm going to be using. Okay. F. See the lines from before? Let me get rid of all this stuff. Remove drawing. Remove drawing. Remove. Boy, oh boy. There was old lines and new lines, and they stay there forever. Okay. Let's open Ford. Ford's back up to $11, folks, from $11.1060. So you had a good put right there. From right here, you had a 40-cent put, and then from here to the end of the two you had a 40, another 40. You could have made 80 cents. You could have had about 20,000 shares and made about $16,000 today. 2 puts. That's all it would have taken. Okay, so this is the chart I'm going to use. The only thing is I'm going to switch this here to down here on the bottom. But this is what my chart's going to look like, all right? For doing the, what I'm going to do is the options, all right? I don't see my lines here. I can't do it in here. Usually it tells me stuff right here, and I can lower it. Let's see if they'll come up. Nope. There, I see these things here on the side. They should be on all of them right now, and they're not. Let's see. Let's come down. Up, disappeared. See, that's not good. So I'm going to need to make some changes. But most of the chart's going to look like this and this. But I'll be able, if I have it up, watch. If I have it up, I can buy from here. So all I do, I can put my level 2 in there. I can put, time and sales or that. See, now I can buy and sell in here. And I don't know why it's gone. I have also, he says buy the ask. I would have buy the ask and sell the bid here. All right. I can change it down here for the date, for the price, the limit orders, and the time of day and the TIF. This is the time of day here. So if it's after hours, it's EXT. All right. But this, you can buy your orders from here. And the greatest part of it, see, I can't move it. I should be able to see it. But if I'm in my other monitor, they're perfect. So that's why I need a higher definition monitor. This top monitor is no good. It's a monitor for right now. It allows me to show you, but there are things that are missing that don't come up unless I do some extreme stuff. Look, I lost. Yeah, there you go. See the top one? See, I can make changes in this now. Okay, so but I want the level 2 on one. I don't need it on the other. I can bring these back up. I can make the changes here. But with the real monitor, it's always in there on all of them. So, but this is how I'm going to buy it. I'm going to learn a little bit more how to use, like my name, the Active Trader. That's what this tool is called, the Active Trader. That's where I got my name from. And through here, you can buy and sell. See, it says sell limit 500. So right now, if I wanted a short Ford, I can hit this button. It'll open up, and then I can change the price and the amount of shares that I want, or the amount of contracts that I want. But for right now, I'm not going to do any of that. I don't want to set anything off. So I just want to show you. This is what I'm probably going to work off on one of my screens. It's 4 very similar because I always want to watch the SPY. Okay, the only difference is I want to bring my SPY up here, and I want this one back down, same like down here. So SPY up here, another stock here, and these two will be linked together. See the red and the red? I've linked them together. So when I set them up the way I want them, they're all the same. I can change all any way I want them once all that stuff, that data is in there, and then move it over that way. All right? I just wanted to show you, and now I've lost all my other screens. I don't know why. Every time I do that, my screens go. I have no idea why it's doing this to me. Only me! Mr. Bill, what are you doing? Can't believe it. Ugh. I don't know why. Whenever I put the setup in here, let me go back to my 6 and 1. At least I can get them back very quickly. I go back to my 6 and 1. Let's see if it brings everything back. There it is. There's my 6 and 1. Look at that, see? I don't know why it does that. Whatever's on my screen in front of me should be on my screen on top. And I go back to Active Trader. And this now I think my screens came back from before. They're all back. They're all back. That is so weird. They disappear on me and then they come back. Go figure. I haven't figured it out yet, folks. I have not figured this out. And I lost all the stocks that I was saving for the day. They've all changed. They've all changed back to this morning. They did not save it, what I had in there. I have a 6 and 1 that I work out of now. It's 6 stocks in 1. To give you an idea what that looks like. Okay, and I watch 6 stocks mostly so I can help you because I'm not just... This is a 6 and 1. I'm going to show you. But it won't open up properly in here either. Alright, there's my 6 and 1. You see I can't change anything on the sides? All the letters and numbers have disappeared. So if I bring this down, watch. But on my other computer, it's fine. You see how it comes back? And I can make the changes? But this is the way I want them. I'm not going to change them anyway. What I use on here is a chart, time and sales. This is my limit orders. And this is my level 2. And I can watch 6 different stocks. I don't need that. I can watch 6 different stocks at one time and change this. And I always leave the SPY in the top left corner. And the reason I do that is whenever you buy... I buy from these small. This is where I buy from in here. Most of the things I do are market orders. I can set up the rest. I can put the other buttons in here just by going in here, and I can now add if I want. I can do a buy ask and a sell bid if I want. I can stick them on the bottom right here if I really wanted them. But for right now on this chart here, I'm doing mostly these. Here are my these are my market orders, and these are limit orders. Whatever size, whatever price I put in here will change for all of it. Whatever size I put in here, say 500 will be here. If I change this to 100, watch the bottom. See the 100 on the bottom? Right there. So I always leave them set around 500 because I usually start with 500 shares with most stocks. But this is my 6 and 1, and this is what I'm looking at in front of me. And on to the right of me, I'm looking at another chart with you guys in it. I can see me now. You can see how confusing because I got 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in here. Just to give you an idea, I think I may have saved it. Let's see. Let's go into desktop and go my life. What the heck is that? It's not that one. My life. That's not right. It's supposed to be my setup. All right, it's not in that computer. Let me see real quick. Give you an idea what I'm talking about. Let's see. I can go into here. I have different things in different computers, so I never know where they are. Let's go into desktop and go my photos. It's not here either. I must have moved it. I was a picture of my setup. I can't believe I can't find it. I was going to show it to you. Trade folders. Let's see. Wow. I must have moved it. I must have put it in another folder. I do that all the time. I hide things on myself. Active Trader live stream, message, my setup. Here it is. I got it. 4th monitor. Okay, so where did I get that? A TOS setup. I know where it is. So I can go here. Let's see, just to show some of you what my setup looks like. Why it's so damn confusing. Okay, and let's see. Where's TOS? TOS setup. Here we go. And now I should be able to go my. Where is it? Come on. There's one there. It's at I know it was in here. It said my setup 4. I don't see the 4th monitor. I don't believe this. This is like weird. I just looked at it in a folder. Let's see this one. This one only shows the 3, I think. This is my old setup. Let me just see real quick. Come on, come on. That's my 3-in-1 setup. I have another monitor now. It's not showing. I can't believe I just saw it and I can't find it. That is so weird. Let me try one more look. It said mice. This is a much bigger TOS. Unbelievable. I just saw it a second ago and now it's gone. That is so weird. That is just too weird. Let's look at here. Take a swim. There it is. I went in the wrong one. Okay, so it's Thinkorswim. Let me come back in here. That's my old setup. And then, let's see. What did I just say? Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim. Here it is. My videos, my charts, my 4-in-1. That was my old setup. And then when I started doing this, you'll see there's a, if you open this up, you'll see there's a 4th one on top. And that's a TV. So you can see DAC, my 6-in-1 in the middle. This is the setup I look at most of the time. And when I do live, okay, I'm going to get rid of this other one. I went from 3. So there's my 4. I wonder what happened to my other one. I had one with a 4-in-1 setup. Don't know what to do with it. It should have been in here. Active Trader. Active Stock Watch. My setup, it was wrong. Oh, it was there all the time. Wow. Unbelievable. Okay. Let's try it one more time. I got it. Here, this is the one with the TV. Ready? Come on. In fact, I was watching NCIS at the time, I think. No, it was another one. So you can see the monitor on top. And whatever I'm looking at in my middle computer will be on the top one. That's what you see. So that one in the middle are connected, and the one on the right and the one extreme left are connected. So no matter what I'm doing, I was probably watching the same thing on the right because I watched the room, watching my room. The other one I have shows, what do you call it? So that's just another example of how confusing this could all get. You just have no idea. My setup plus 4. What's this one? Let's see, one more. That's the wrong one. Same thing. My setup. Let's see this one. One of them has the TV in the background. Watching TV. It was crystal. Oh, here it is. I got it. Alright, here's your setup. Let's take this other one out. It's too confusing. But you can see, like this one here, I can take that TV. That's my setup on the bottom, and I'm watching TV above. You can see how clear the TV is. But when I set up the monitor, all I do is change this. I change the top TV. I don't know what you're looking at right now. Are you watching this? Let's see. I think you see this. Okay, let's see. Oh, shoot. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if you can see it or not. Oh, you can't. Wait, you still should be able to see it. You have to open it up. That's right. You open up the bottom. You have to open it up. I can't put it on the screen. Sorry, let me put that back. Okay. So you can see. Oh, and there's the, is that the professor? Maybe the professor, the day he had that guy. But you can see the setup, and you got to keep changing the middle one to be on the top left, but that day I wasn't actually live. So you can see how confusing this can get sometimes. Anybody who wants to open up a live stream and is interested in doing this themselves to help other people, I would be more than happy to help you set up. A lot easier than they showed me. You know, they really confused the heck out of it for me to learn this. But now I got it. You have to open up a YouTube account, first of all. Then you have to download OBS. And then you have to figure out, then you have to open up Tradecaster, and you have to set up a live stream, and then you have to learn how to connect YouTube to OBS, and then learn how to connect OBS to the live stream, and then you have to do streaming or not streaming, and it's a whole pain in the neck. And I tried music a few times, and I got caught for infringement rights, and then they hid the videos because I have about 30 videos I've done. This is a video today with whatever this lesson will be there tomorrow. Okay, any other questions? Anything you want me to go over? I've gone over quite a bit. I'm tired. For an old guy, I'm tired, you know, and sweaty. I never should have let the cat out this morning. I tried to be a nice guy. She was supposed to tell me when she came in, and I forgot. I think it just got hot so fast in here. So I just took that out. Doop, doop, doop. And what happened to REBS? I was watching that one. Anybody watching any other stocks right now? REB. This was the only one. It's a little bit of a downward right now. I don't think it's shortable. Let's see, REB. It's not even on my list because I just stuck it in there a second ago. REV is not shortable on TOS. Okay. If any of you want to post what your setup looks like, I'm more than happy to put it on the board. He thinks, well, I don't think REB is going for a new high of the day today. I don't know about that, Adrian. Any other questions? Any concerns? Anything? Anything I can help anybody with? Don't make me sing again. Okay, let me take that out. Let's try this. I'll try typing on the other computer. Okay. Questions. As I put in Dex Room. Any comments, questions, or concerns? I'm going to probably wrap it up before the power hour. It's been a pretty slow day all around. And that was good for a reason that allowed me to go over a lot of stuff today. Especially with the options stuff. And I'm going to go over, I have a lot more to go over with that. I really do. But remember, when it comes to the options, folks, okay, the one thing you want to remember is, okay, to keep it simple. Do not complicate this. I had something open and I closed it.
All right, everyone. Hey, welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in here. So this is a live broadcast, and we're going to be talking about scalp trading. Scalp trading for beginners. This is a
where the heck is this
strategy, but it's not just for beginners. Anyone can scalp trade.
Oh, I listened to this one yesterday. A beginner's day trading strategy by Ross Cameron. I'm not trying to push Ross Cameron. But I do watch other people's videos other than Dex. I watch Timothy Sykes, who I don't really care for, but I watch a lot of different people out there to get a lot of different ideas and learn about different tools that other people enjoy. I haven't even gone over. I use Fibonacci. I taught Adrian. He loves Fibonacci. You know what? These tools work if you work them properly with the right stocks at the right time. But no real tool. There's Bollinger Bands. There's so many different things that you can utilize to make your trading better. But remember, the more things you put on your screen, the more you clog your screen down and the slower your broker works for you. That's just a fact. All right. So that's why I try to keep my screens. So like this here is a new screen that I'm using that you're looking at right now. Also, I use, let's see, is it that one? Right here. All right. So this one here. This one is my big chart I use the most. I buy off this one the most. It's expanded itself. So I would make this a little bigger to make my chart a little bigger. Okay. But this is what I use mostly because I can change tools. I can go in here and see this. This gives me a Fibonacci replacement. I can use a Fibonacci tool. So you might say, how do you use Fibonacci? All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can get rid of the drawing. Good. I can do it in just an hourly thing. So I can go to the top of the page here. Say it's $6.07 was a high over here. I can go this, and then I can go to the low right about there. And in this area, I'm in a Fibonacci right now. All right. But that's not the way I would usually use it. So what I would do is I remove that. I would go into a 5-minute. All right. Now what I would do, where is it? Where the heck is it? I would go. I want to just use Rev for the heck of it, just to give you an idea how Fibonacci's set up. So I'm going to open up something and put in Rev. What I'm trying to do is get the high of the day and the low of the day. All right, so now I can see the high of the day is 606, and the low is 5. So here's 606 right there. Bam. And then I want to go down to $5 even. So right there, I may not get the exact, and I might, right? Ooh, I had it. I can't get out. All right, leave it at 501. So right now, you see with, it's still holding. That's not good. I made it twice. Okay. All right, so I'm at 501 instead of $5. The penny won't make that much of a difference. So you can see, here's your recline. You'll pull back. Now, a lot of people say, if that was 100%, this right here is your resistance. So 606 is your resistance. And we know about this time now that probably $5.50, somewhere around here, is your support. Okay? Maybe right there, 560 could be your support. All right? So anywhere between 560 at this point. And you can see so many times where your resistance was here before, let's say at around 565, 560. All right? That would have been your resistance point then, before it got to here. So this is where your resistance now becomes your support. You see, it's really important. Where support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. And that's what's happened here. And now it's pulling back. So no longer is this the resistance point. Your resistance now is probably around here, about 580, okay? There's your resistance, because it's having a hard time getting back up, and it's lowering your support level probably to about at least 540. So this is just something you got to keep an eye on right now. I wouldn't buy into the stock right now unless I could short it. And you can see right now, I'm still in Fibonacci. So what I got to do is go back in here and click. And now I'm out of Fibonacci, and I can do trend lines. And I can do this. And I can say, you can see this. That's a downward trend. And I can go from here to here. And you can see, and this is about where we're going to get the squeeze. If there's going to be any squeeze, it's going to be somewhere in here. And either it's going to start to go up, or it's going to go down. Anybody in this room willing to bet which way it's going to go? Huh? Any bets, Joey? Do you have video lessons? Yes, I do. I have a video library on how to set up limit orders with stop losses and trade it automatically. I just showed that today, Joey. That's in this video. I just showed that today. Real simple, Joey, okay? Go into any chart right now, all right? So go into this chart with Revlon. Right-click, go down to Buy Custom, and you see I made these things here. How did I make them? I go into with stop. You see this? 581. Always be $1 difference. Unlock it. At the time it's unlocked, lock it again. Now go in and make this 25 cents less. So that would make this $5.49. Did I get it right? Now unlock it. You see? 25 cents. You can make it greater or lesser. That's up to you. I make them 25 cents. Go right here next to delete. Hit the save button. Bring it up. And just save it. And the next time you go in there, right? Just say save. I already have too many. Click. All right? Now I'm going to get rid of this. So the next time I go in, I go down to Buy Custom, and I just go up to one of my riggers, and I'm ready. And I already got my 25 cents in there. Is it that simple? You in here, Joey? Did you see that? Did you all see that? How simple it is? I just did and redid, as I did it for you before, how to set up a stop loss in a matter of 3 minutes. And it's always there forever. You can do the same thing for shorting. Just go in and do custom sell, and it comes up the opposite way. Okay, and I'm gonna delete this. All right, and that's how simple it is. Listen, I started off with TOS, and that's what I used to teach people here was Thinkorswim. Everything I could teach them. I really wanted to go in. What I wanted to do, and I still might. It's something in the future we're gonna do. If you go in here on top, you see the shaker. You click this, opens up. Now in here, look at all the tools that we don't even know how to use. All right, look at this: zigzag, trend percent. Let's go into Bollinger Bands, something that we really might be able to use one day. All right, there's so many things here. Balance market powers. What is this stuff? CCI average, CAM indicators, Bollinger Bands, right there. Boom. I can add this in. Now, what is Bollinger Bands? I'm not going to do it right now. But I could add, and that would come into here and put in Bollinger Bands. Put a lot of lines that you don't understand at this point. But now I can say, what is Bollinger Bands? So I go in and Bollinger Bands. All right, explain. All right, so do I want to use this tool? And here's what it is. I'm going to copy something real quick, and it's just the basics, okay? I don't know. There's a lot more to Bollinger Bands, I'm sure. And right here, it says, Bollinger Bands are envelopes plotted at a standard deviation level above and below a simple moving average of the price, almost like a Fibonacci. Because the distance of the bands is based on standard deviation, they adjust to volatility swings in the underlying price. Bollinger Bands use two parameters, period and standard deviations and standard deviations. Okay, so somebody who knows, and I'm going to get rid of this for right now. With this here, by the way, if this pulled back into about the 23% in here, this to me would be a buying signal. But it may only come to here, I might buy. Right now, I'm not getting involved. Okay? So I'm going to remove for right now the drawing. So that's the end of that one. But Bollinger Bands is a tool that some people use. Like we use the 200, the 50. Some people use the 9 and the 20. I think I'm going to go more to the 9 and the 20. Right now, I have a 50 in this one. That's a 50. That's a 200. That's the VWAP. Always have a VWAP. This is a 13 EMA. Some people use a 9 EMA. That would probably bring you down to about right there. Okay? Right where my mouse is. All right? If it was 20, it would probably bring it up a little higher. But to get the 50 and the 200 correct, see it says here 523. That's not right. I would have to go to a 1 day. All right? To a daily. And now you look at the 200 and you see it says $8.96. And if you look at the 50, it's right over there. It's hard to see it, but it's covered in red. You can't see it because something's covering it. But it's about $4.80. So if I go in right now to stockcharts.com, which I use a lot, stockcharts.com, and I put in REV, and I already have it set up the way I want it, I can see that the 50 day is 486. What did I tell you? I said the 50 days around 485. All right? I read it to you a second ago. It's about 485. I can't see it because it's in red and it's covered by this line here. And that line there is the lower VWAP plot. Maybe if I open this up a little, it might change. There we go. Let's see. That's not right. Did something change? That's weird. Oh, that's why. It moved. It moved the whole chart. Moved the whole chart. Okay. There's your 50. It's still blocked. It's 486. All right, but you can go to stockcharts.com. This is a great tool that I always keep open behind other stuff. I'm going to put it up here for some of you. www.stockcharts.com. And just for some of you, just to let you know, the active trader. Let's see. Let's see if I can find me. I think it's in this one here. Live video, live streaming. It's not what I want. I'd have to go. I don't want to end my stream. Let's go back to Twitter for a second. Let's see if I can open YouTube. And if it'll open. What's it doing over there? Oh, I was in the wrong. I hate when that happens. I'm in the wrong computer. I'm typing in the wrong computer. Okay, YouTube. Let's see. Open that up. Come on. I kill the board. Okay, here we go. And let's go into library and history. It's not in there. Library. Home? No. Explore. No. There's newer videos. Here we go. I don't know. Playlist. It's not giving me visibility. Dashboard. I can't get my videos. I know I'm close. Published videos. Go to videos. Let's see what happens now. It's not opening. Live? There they are. I don't know if this is going to work for you guys. Well, you can go to the active trader. Oh, you know what? Let me just try something else. Let me get rid of that. This should work. If I'm in here and I go like this, copy video URL. This might be it. Let's see. Nope. What happened? Oh, the Bollinger Bands came out. That's really weird. Okay. How do I do this? If I'm looking at this, copy video URL. Let's see. Oh, God. There we go. There. That should be... Sometimes I look at one computer and I type on the other, and that's why it doesn't get there. That should bring you to my library, or at least to my page close. That's today's video. But through here you can probably find my other videos if you know more or less how to get around. Alright, but that's the video from today. Alright, So some of you, because I know a lot of you have joined. I get emails when people join up. And I love you all. I do. Every single one of you. And all I want to do is help you to become a better trader. What's all these damn lines? Drawing. I didn't even see these. I don't know where they come from. You got to be careful. You just touch things sometimes and they just, whoops. Drawing. Oh wow, 2 of them. Trade line 1. Drawing. 2. Got rid of. I don't know what that one is. It won't go away. I can't get rid of it. Remove all drawings. Won't let me. I don't know what that line is. I can't get rid of it. That is strange. Maybe you don't see it. I don't think you see it anyway. Let's get this back off it. That's why. I know why. Let's go back to one day. There you go. Here. Here. Okay. Go back to about 3 minutes now. I know that Matt likes to buy. He says on a 5-minute. Now, I was listening to somebody who's doing options, who knows a lot about it, and he likes to use half hour, 20 minutes, sometimes even dailies. I haven't really got to that point where I can do that and feel comfortable. This is a trend line. Got rid of it. Okay. All right. Boy, that was tough. That was a little tough, let me tell you. And pretty much we're about 7 minutes from power hour. I know what I forgot. I would feel a lot better. Give me 1 second. Thank you. Oh, wow. I have this back medication that I'm supposed to take 4 times a day. I forgot to take it at 11 o'clock this morning. That's why I'm feeling like I'm feeling. It changes the temperature of my body, changes everything. Okay. That worked, didn't it? The YouTube thing? All right. We're at 2:54. I've been on now since almost 3.5 hours. So, straight, without a break. I think I deserve a break. You deserve a break today. Remember, for some of you who are new, who just came in, I'm just going to remind you one more time. So please, to those who already know, thank you for the help if you've given me some. I really do need some help. And this is for the house on fire. And if you haven't been able to, go to this website there and take a look. And if you can help, anything, doesn't really matter. It's $10. Everything helps. 25, 50, 100. Some people have given $100, and I really appreciate it. Need a lot of help. We're out of the house for 2 months. Can't even get in until we get the money up to fix it. Finally, I put up enough for half of the cleaning, and another guy's putting up the other half, so that's $15,000 right there. That's just to clean the house. Just for a professional company to come in and clean. That's it. Not new walls, not new ceilings, not new nothing, not a new kitchen, just to clean. Take out the garbage, bring stuff out, bag it up, the whole deal. So that's 15 grand gone. They were the cheapest one that we could find out there, believe it or not. So I'm just saying, if you can help, please go to that GoFundMe page and give whatever you can. It's my son's house. I own it with him, and I just don't have it right now. I can't go into the reasons, but believe it or not, Active Trader does not have it. I have money's tied up in this, and if I do that, then I can't trade. So I don't know what to do. I'm going to catch 22 right now. So, and I have money's tied up. Don't have it. So, I'm just asking anybody who can help, please. And for those of you that have, thank you. Really, from the bottom of my heart. It will come back to you in spades, I promise. Listen, I'm the only one, you know what, that talks to people one-on-one. I don't charge anybody. You know what? AK-47 was getting $33 an hour. He just raised his price to 60-something. And Dex one-on-one, he's getting over 100. And I have a lot to give. And I've helped so many people set up, and I've never charged a dime in over 3 years to anybody. So now I'm asking. I need a little help. Now, a lot of you have offered. And when I've helped you and spoken to over 140 traders over the phone the last 3 years, how much do I owe you? Where do I send the money? And I've always said no. Thank you. Because you can't keep what you got unless you give it away, and I really believe that. So right now, I've given it away, and I'm asking, I need a little bit back. but it's not just for me. It's not going in my pocket at all. This is not going to make active traders' life any better, but it is going to make two guys who are out of a home, who could have died that day, who lost everything they have, lost their children, lost their pets, they lost everything. And those children, my cat, if I lost my cat, that is my baby girl. She's usually standing right behind me now. I don't know what I would do. I think I'd lose myself. I would. He can't even replace it right now. He can't even think. My son hasn't been back to the house. He's out 20 miles away, and he's so messed up in his head right now that he can't even go to the other place. So, and when it happened and he came there, he was so crazy trying to get in the house for the animals that the police were going to arrest him in his own house just because of the way he was acting. So, please help if you can, please. Anyway, that's about it. Such a day. Any questions? I'm not trading today. I'm telling you, I'm done. Usually what I do at this point is I go through the list and I start at the top and I look at everything that's happening. So right now you got RBCN, nothing. This one here, RMed, it's nothing. Can't short it either. Nothing. This is DRTS. This stock looks like a dead stock. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm actually just going to take it out altogether. Why didn't it move? Why didn't it? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Can't. Wrong computer. Okay. Get rid of this. Hold on. Okay. The next one is AGMH. Another one that I don't think is ever going to gain much attention. It doesn't look like it gets much. I'm going to take it out of my watch list. Next one is COWN. There's nothing happening now, but I'm going to leave it. ISO. There's another one. Look at it. Look at the way it came. I wouldn't play with that. I took it out of my watch list. And I have to make room out of my watch list tomorrow for the new stuff that's coming out. Otherwise, our watch list is pages long. And I do this every day. CVNA I'm going to keep. It did go consistently higher by itself. And it started at 26. It went up almost $1 during the day. So I'm going to keep an eye on that one. APRN. This used to be an old COVID stock. APRN, I believe, was a company, Blue Apron, that used to deliver food. So during the time of COVID, it was pretty big. Oh, let me go back to CVN. I see there's a bunch of lines in here. I want to take out the old drawings. They'll be there forever if you don't. Okay, what's happening here? Okay, let's get out of there. Remove drawing. There's one. There's two. Okay, good enough. Let's see the next one. So I go down and I look for anything that might be happening. OSH, we looked at before. TIME, this stock is so far down. I don't know that this stock, well, it was above before. I'll keep an eye on it. It's not really shortable. It's just hard to borrow, but I don't know. This one here, YSG, was a stock for today. Nothing really happening with it. LFT. I'll watch. That could come back up. Shop's a stock that you can keep an eye on. It goes up and down, so it's a stock you can make money. REV, same thing. A stock that goes up, it goes down. You could follow it if you can catch the timing of the stock and be patient, but you got to watch it or put in a trail stop of some sort. So if it goes down the other way too far, it'll pull you out. If it keeps going up, the stop loss will go with it, and that's what you want. That's a good stock for a trail loss, going up or down. AUPH. Another stock doesn't really have much volume. I'll keep an eye. It's a little spotty. This one here, HTGM, I'll keep an eye. It's hard to borrow. Now, all the next 6 or 7, these are all shortable stocks. So first thing is I think they're all in my list. I would always make sure to see if they're in the list. I've also done something pretty cool. Here's Twitter stock to watch earlier. I remember this morning when it went up. You'll see. See the jump? Look at that. So it went up, it went down off the scoot, 37.31, and it went up to 38, almost 80 cents. That was a nice one. I called it earlier, that alert on Twitter. I don't know if anybody caught that. But I put a lot of alerts out to the room that are credible that I don't always trade. Unfortunately, my wife says I should trade. You know, what I alert. I would make a fortune. And SPY too. you can play the SPY and you can play with options for a lot less. So for those of you that can't afford $379, I showed you before how you could do it for $1,000 and cover almost 1,000 shares. So it's very possible. AUXH, F Ford, I watch all the time. The stock went up and down. Look at this. It went down to 1160 today. 1060. You could have made money going down, and you could have made money going up. Where is it? There you go. All right, it's in there. You'll have to take my word. It's going to my computer's starting to really slow down. There's Oxy. This is another one. It's always shortable, up and down. You can make money on this stock. See, that's why you can take that list I'm talking about. All right, and you can actually, if you know what to do with it, you can take stocks that are oversold. Okay, they're on the bottom, and you can write them up. And you can take stocks that are overbought, that are very high R in the RSI, and you can short them down. And I have that list that I could be working on. One day I'll just spend a week playing with that list and see what happens. Here's TOUR. Here's another stock. You guys are putting me to sleep. Here's another AMC I'll hold on to, regardless. Just stocks. Some stocks I watch. AMD, ANEB. There's nothing to buy, nothing to see. It's a dead stock in my eyes. ALNA. It's another really dead stock in my eyes. Okay, and it doesn't have a lot of volume, and it's not shortable, so I get rid of it out of my watch list. CLVS. I'll watch the stock. It gets volume from time to time, so I'll keep an eye. And MTMT. This stock is done. It's hard to borrow and it's not doing anything. So right now I just cleaned up about 15, 20, and then tomorrow morning I'll go into benzinga.com / let me see if I got it up here for you. I'll give it to you. Okay, premium. What do we got? Just happen to have it. How do you like that? Copy. Oh shit. Excuse my French. Hold on. Come on. I lost it. Let me get it back. They got all these damn pop-ups. That's the earnings. I don't want the earnings. I hate this. If you don't join them, they put these pop-ups in here. But it's really a great app. Let's see. Let's go forward. Benzinga Pro. I don't want that. Let's go back. Can't find it. I just had it. Oh, come on. Benzinga.com. Let's see. Let's try this. / pre-market. Okay. That should bring it right there. And it did. Oh, I did the same thing again. I hit the wrong button and it brought me back. Try it one more time because I want to give it to you guys. Careful now. Okay, I could have just written it into here. This stock is where I go in the morning. Pre-market, benzinga.com / pre-market. Now you can go to this thing. You can change the headings to IPOs, new IPOs, earning reports. This is a great site, Benzinga. And Benzinga also supplies the news for Tradecaster. I'm sorry, for I'm looking at Tradecaster. For TOS, Think or Swim. The news comes from Benzinga. So it's good stuff. It's all good stuff, folks. Okay. And with that, I forgot to do what I always do. You know what that is? And nobody else did it. So welcome to the Power Hour. I'm 6 minutes late because I'm showing you other stuff. So that's really about it, folks. I told you during the Power Hour I was going to cut loose. And I don't know what else to look at this point. I'm going to go back to Rev. It seemed to be the only stock really moving. And I lost it. Oh, there it is. It's going down. So there's really nothing happening. If there's no questions, I'm going to go. And if you haven't been to yet, please go to that GoFundMe page. And God loves a cheerful giver. Give according to your heart. Give whatever you can afford. Don't think that your gift of $10 or $1 is too small. Believe it or not, whatever you can afford to give will be appreciated. Okay? It has nothing to do with Tradecaster. It has to do with one fellow human being helping another in need. And you're helping another person who helps a lot of people all the time. So, please. And that's it. I'm done. I'm tired. I think I deserve a break today. I don't know if Mel's in today. If Mel's in, he usually does after hours. I haven't seen, what's his name? Let's see, Mel? Not in today. Alright, so after hours you're on your own. And I think AK's done. He is. So I'm going to get rid of him. And that's about it, folks. With that, I'm going to say goodnight. Alright, and I'll see you all tomorrow on Pre-Market. Thank you for coming. Thanks for your support. God bless you and have a great day.